code will rock the scene. Podcasting legends living the dream. Metaverse Podcast, the place to be. Rocking out with Elf, Slack, and Swally. Every week a new episode. Join us in the Metaverse. Let's hit it explode. Let's hit explode. Dive deep into virtual reality with our dynamic duo, setting us free from CGI to holograms. We'll explore the possibilities are endless. Let's soar. Enter the metaverse where fantasies come alive. Rocking out with Elf, Slack, and Swally. Every week a new episode. Join us in the metaverse. Let's hit it explode. The metaverse where fantasies come alive. Rocking out with Elf, Slack, and Swally. Every week a new episode. Join us in the metaverse. Let's hit it explode. Whoa. Let's hit explode. Let's hit explode.
Hey everybody, how are we doing today? Smart man, how
afternoon.
are you doing, sir?
Good afternoon. You got me again. Hang on.
Oh,
let
I-
me get my PC. Sorry. My bad. I didn't have my PC muted, so I was getting background feed.
Oh,
Yeah, you got me today. It was, I believe, Happy sick still, so I took some time out of my busy schedule to jump on. Although, to be honest, I'm pretty much on top of it. We cancelled our trip away for Christmas, so Mrs. and I can focus on the move, which is coming along nicely.
yeah.
Hey, I can even share some stuff if you want.
I'm always down to share. I'm always down for you to share stuff. That is a blessing. Yes.
All right,
share
give me-
away, good sir.
Give me a second.
No seconds. No seconds.
All right,
Hey,
so I've
I wanna give a little cheer. We got the beers in our hands today. Cheers, Mr. Swarly Man.
cheers.
We don't
Yes,
we don't
it's-
ever get to drink normally often.
No, and it's 40 degrees or 100 degrees your language over here at the minute, so it's fucking hot as hell. So great drinking weather, if you ask me.
Score, you need a Krampus? All right, I got you, brother.
Okay, well, I was actually going to say that. We'll come up with a hashtag. I don't know what to do. I was trying to think of something. But I think anyone that puts in the hashtag today, obviously we'll have a prize at the end, which will be different. I'll probably just give them a choice of a structural element that I have. But anyone that does put in the hashtag, let's give them a Krampus as well.
Yeah, I agree. I got a bunch of stuff. I'm going to give away a few things because I've slacked the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
I have. So I need to step up my game a little bit. So we'll do a few giveaways today. We do need let's do a hashtag right now. Let's come up with something clever.
All right, no, let's let someone else make the hashtag. Whoever does the first hashtag, everybody else follows suit.
All right. And then I'll put it up on screen here in a second. What do we got?
I mean,
3.
Bitcoin did hit an all-time high in the last 24 hours, so that's.
What was
nice
the high?
to
I
see.
didn't even get a chance to look at it.
I think it hit 106, 107,000 or something like that, and it's looking pretty strong. It doesn't look like it's going to drop all the way back down or anything, which it often does.
Hashtag
which is
Swarly's back. I like
I
it.
am. I've managed to create some time in my schedule. As I said, we were planning to go away for Christmas for some family, but we've canned that trip because of the move. And if I figure out how to share, I've lost my. Let me put this back over here.
Scory, put in another hashtag Swarly's back just so it populates it in my tracker.
entire
Just hit us,
window.
hit us one more time with the Swarley's back hashtag.
All right. So recently my house went up for sale. So these are what the photos would look like only a couple of weeks ago. So this is my living room. Only a couple of weeks ago. This is my living room today. So all the furniture's gone. We're using camping chairs and folding tables as our furniture. We took the bedroom TV and put it out in the lounge room because we sold the TV. So this was our dining room only a couple of weeks ago. So it looked very nice. And this is our dining room today. Absolutely fuck all in it. And this is my study sort of den area. So that's where I'm sitting now. That's still there. The desk and everything's still there, but everything else is gone. So that's from the other angle, so you can see all the furniture's gone. So we're pretty much living like, rednecks, I guess, in your language. I don't know. Just
Yeah, that sounds all right.
We're living with using empty boxes as tables almost. Stop screen share. So yeah, folding tables. That's just camping chairs as our furniture. Yeah, it's pretty but it's only for a couple of weeks until we do the move. Once we get to our new location, we'll need to buy some new furniture. So we've got all plans for that. So
Yeah, well, you have some dinero.
yeah, well,
a little bit.
I mean, it hurts a little bit. We've been selling a lot of stuff. Like for the example, that lounge room shot that had the lounge suite in it. That lounge suite cost me $3,500 brand new, only 4 years ago. We sold it just on the weekend for $500. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Just 4 years old.
Right.
So that hurt a little bit, but at the same time, we did pretty well, and our house went up in value quite a bit because we bought it just before COVID. So we're doing all right. So we can't complain too much. So I just got to remember that when you sell something for about 10-20% of what you bought it for, I was like, that's all right, we'll survive. So we don't have a lot of choice because we can't take it with us. So if we don't sell it, we've got to throw it out.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's worse. At least let it go somewhere good.
Yep.
Yeah. What are you drinking tonight? That's what I want to know first and foremost.
It's an Australian beer called Carlton Dry. I don't know if you can see it on camera.
Yeah, Carlton Dry. What kind of beer is it?
I don't know. It's like a low carb one, but not that I really care about that. It's just a nice drink. It's just I don't get into it that much. I just go whatever's on special. It's cold.
Is it a lager? Is it a Kolsch? Is it an IPA? Is it a sour? Is it a porter? Is it a fucking I don't know. What is it?
Pretty sure it's just a lager, but I could be wrong, so please don't shoot me. It just says ultra smooth. I don't know. I don't get into it. I'm not like you and Laban right into the beers. I'll pretty much drink, as I've said before, my favorite beer is free beer. So if I'm drinking for free, I'll have whatever it is. After that, I'll just go with the flow. So if you guys are already on a drink of some sort, I'll tag along with that. There's
Fair
a few
enough.
that I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of stouts, so those heavy beers.
I'm not either. I'll
So-
drink them.
Yeah, I mean, if it was free, maybe, but again, I'd probably almost prefer to pay for something I do like. But yeah, I'm pretty easygoing with beer. I'm not too fussy.
Yeah, I'm a
But
bit
yeah,
of a beer slut. So like, I mean, I'll drink just about anything, but I get kind of snobby. I like my certain types of beers. I like sours and IPAs mostly.
Look, the number one ingredient, at least for me, and I think it might be the case for a lot of Australians. I mean, obviously there'll be Australians out there that do love their beers and have different flavors or whatever and be right into it like Laban is. But my number one ingredient is ice cold. The beer's going to be ice cold, and I'm happy. So the Europeans, and I've had it when last time I was there with the missus, ordered a beer in the pub, and it came out room temperature, and I spat it out and just went, all right, that's right. I remember people saying this happens. So I need to make sure that I order a beer that is chilled before I get it, because I can't drink room temperature. Even if it's outside, it's 20 degrees or, like pretty cold. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I don't like room temperature beer either. Very few that are supposed to be like that, but some are. But I'll take what I can get for the most part, and I'll be happy. But do you drink Foster's beer in Australia? Is that?
See, okay, this is a funny thing. So Australians, generally speaking, no, they don't drink Foster's beer. It's one that we export, and apparently it's really well received overseas, from what I understand. I don't know. I haven't really researched or anything like that, but I hear that a lot. That Foster's beer is a great Australian beer, whatever. Now, the long story short, Foster's beer is also the same beer as what we call a Crown Lager in Australia. Now, Crown and Foster's is made in the same vat or drum or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the terminology is.
Barrel, perhaps. Yeah.
Barrels, all that sort of stuff. But Crown is the top of the beer, so they take all the top half of that barrel out and create Crown Lager, and the Australians drink that. That's like
That's the better beer.
that's the better beer. Slightly more expensive than the standard sort of run of the mill type
It's
beer.
a cleaner.
having.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole idea is that the top of that vat or barrel or whatever is slightly cleaner because of the settlements will go down to the bottom.
Mhm.
And that's Crown Lager, and thus the reason Crown being the top of it. Foster's is the other half of that barrel.
It's the bottom.
At
Bottom
the
of the
bottom
barrel.
of that barrel, which we then ship overseas to everybody else and go, this is an Australian beer. So technically it's the same beer, but different parts. Anyway, so whether it actually makes much difference, I don't know. But most Australians, if you ask them if they want to drink a Foster's, they'll go, yeah, no. But you give them a Crown, they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want a Crown. So it just shows that a lot of Australians themselves aren't educated. But yeah, all made by the same company.
That's awesome.
So, well, Sparklet's still pumping. Nice. Well, not pumping, but little tick up.
I finally got my my Sparklet to come through from the Coin app. I was pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, I heard you say that on I think the Ninjas. I've got to set up I haven't figured out how to do it. I haven't because I've been so busy, and then whatever spare time I have had, I've been putting into UGC. But I've got to work out how to create that account for that Coin app.
You just gotta link it.
Can you link it to your MetaMask? Like, is it that simple,
Yeah.
or do you have to create another one?
No, I linked it to my MetaMask.
Okay. Because I think I did that, and it sent some emails saying waiting for verification or something, and then it never happened. I don't know.
Yeah, look, you
went
gotta
wrong.
look like through your spam folder and stuff because it did the same thing. I was like, I never got an email. Then I had to go dig around for it, and I found it, and then it did it the whole thing. So it was fine after that.
I'll have to do it again, but I've been trying to acquire the coin anyway, so I will probably just convert it to. I mean, pretty much everything I'm doing at the moment. If I get any sort of bonus from somewhere, I just convert it into Sparklet. Because I mean, whilst I still have some bags and other stuff, and XRP and Cardano, a couple of my main ones, Sparklet I think is the real risk reward coin for me at least for the run. So.
Yeah.
Even if you're not bullish on our plan, what Sparklet could do, and it's all potential. In fact, we probably transition into that. Let's share screen. Let's go with tab. I want to do a tab this time, so if I do switch over to something else, I'm going to do a U and not actually go with it. So this is Sparklet on the
There's nothing wrong with doing to me.
This is Sparklet on the 4 hour. And look, it's kind of 99.9% pointless doing any sort of form of TA, and I'm no expert anyway, on such a micro cap, because any tiny little market condition can dramatically change what this does. Because it's so small, it doesn't take much to make it move, unlike Bitcoin that would take billions, if not tens of billions of dollars to make it move significantly one way or the other. Sparklet could move significantly one way or the other with just some tiny little announcement by Upland that involves Sparklet. So doing TA on Sparklet is kind of pointless. I've mapped out all the airdrops that we are aware of. So obviously we've got 3 more to come yet. So we've got this season's 2 at the end of the season, plus the New Orleans airdrop in, I think it's about the 5th of February or something like that. It happens.
Mhm.
May not be exactly the right date, but somewhere near that. So, and I've always said, even way back here, that don't expect Sparklet to move even slightly until all these airdrops are done, because there's going to be too much sell pressure on Sparklet. So we need to see a bottom for Sparklet, which hopefully we might be doing. So I'm looking at this now and going, there is a chance, and who knows what it will do, but there is a chance that we could be seeing what's called, and again, like I said, this is probably 99.9% pointless, a cup and handle formation. So I don't know. If people have been listening to Bitcoin at all, they'll know what that means. But cup and handle formation is a really good. So you got your sell pressure here, it levels out, and then it starts to pick up the momentum.
That's a precursor to a bigger jump?
Yeah. So this is a really bullish formation if it does happen. Now we're only halfway there, so who knows what? I mean, it could keep going down like this and null and void what I'm saying anyway. Who knows what who knows where we're going to head from here? But we're just going to continue watching and see if it does create that sort of curve back up again, and probably get back to somewhere in this range that we were sitting in for so long, which will be the top, and then we'll see a level out for a period. And like I said, I don't expect Sparklet to move for another 6, 8, 9, 10 months anyway. So the fact that everything else is pumping and Sparklet's not a big deal. I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
I stand by that. I don't think it'll all happen really quickly when it does happen. It'll peak and then come back down within the space of days, if not a week or two. But the reason why I say this is a really bullish formation is, let's go look at Bitcoin and what Bitcoin did over the last 4 years. So this formation happened over 1,114 days. So from the last peak of the last bull run right through to not just a few weeks ago, pretty much your election, was the cup and handle formation that built up on Bitcoin. So we saw the same sort of thing, the down, the level out, and hopefully we see there's a Sparklet, but they slowly build back up. Then we have the accumulation. So people that bought down here will probably sell out because we've hit their sort of the equal all-time high type thing. So there'll be a bit of sell pressure here, which is why you get the handle. So people, those that'll take profits will do that. Others will buy in. It'll accumulate. So in Bitcoin's term, this happened over 4 years, and we had a 9-month accumulation period. So people got bored of Bitcoin because we hit all-time high way earlier than we ever did before with Bitcoin, and then nothing happened for 9 months. So people got bored and went away with it. You guys have an election, and then look what happens. Boom. Who knows where this goes? Typically, they say, the measurement is from the bottom to the top is what you can expect. So if you do that, that gives you, roughly 120,000 sort of target for Bitcoin. But because it's all-time highs and who knows where the market goes, I would suggest at very least we're going to see 120,000 over the next few months. But people calling 250, 300. Who knows where Bitcoin's going? But it's good to see. So Sparklet, it's doing exactly. It doesn't worry me. If I've got spare money, I'm throwing it to Sparklet. Like I said, I've already accumulated other bags. So for me, this is the big ticket one. It has the potential to do something stupid. But even if it made a 10x and only a 10x, it's still a pretty fucking good return on your money.
I'd say so.
So
it's enough to get you chubbing.
But in relation to Bitcoin, of course, the risk is a hell of a lot higher than what Bitcoin's risk is. So that's what you got to weigh up and, invest only what you can afford to lose, assume that it's going to go to zero, and then hope for the best. So nothing's really much changed for Bitcoin. So again, I don't think anything will change until at least mid-February when all the airdrops, and who knows what Upland have planned after February anyway. So they might start doing more airdrops. If they're huge airdrops like we've been seeing, the price will continue to have that sell pressure, but hopefully they've got on top of what they're going to give away and release what they're going to give, and hopefully we start seeing that price, well, first of all, steady out and level off, and then maybe slowly start to climb. And it wouldn't surprise me if it climbed up to like 10x's gradually over the next 6 months, and then boom, like 50 plus x in the space of a week or two. But that's 9 months plus down the track, probably,
Right.
If at all. So, if at all,
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
To sell it all.
So, in relation to CoinApp, if I can gain anything from Coin there, I'll convert that into Sparklet now that we can. Although, like I said to you, I want to check the ratio of that. So, if you can get say 10,000 coin, and CoinApp gets you $5 worth of Sparklet, but then that also gets you $10 worth of different coin. Well, then I'm not going to get Sparklet, am I? So I'm going to do that math and work that out. So, but I would assume that the dollar value would be fairly even across the board.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it was just under. I looked at it again, and there's 2 different routes you can go when cashing it out. You can go with. Oh my god, it's like a bigger lot. I want to say it was like 47,000 or something like that, 47,000 coin. And you can get 5,000 Sparklet, or you can go, I think it's 7,500 per 1000 Sparklet or something like that. I have to look at it. Anyway, I fucked up and went with the one that gave me just a little bit less. It was like 300 Sparklet less.
Oh, it's not
For,
big deal.
roughly, it wasn't that big a deal, and I noticed it after the fact. But I was like, whatever, it's no big deal. But I think that puts me at like 20. Let me look here. I'll tell you right now how much I have in how much it gave me by today's money. I think it's at like $20 when it came through.
That's not bad, just for doing not much.
Yeah, $19.74.
Yeah, so you talk about just opening up apps and letting them stay open while you go to sleep. But in Australia, we don't have those games, so I've actually got to engage in the games that I play. So I've just been doing that while watching TV. So some of them are boring, as and it's stuff I wouldn't play ordinarily. But because you've got 30 days to do certain challenges, I'll try and take over. And some, especially when they have those double reward periods, that can be quite lucrative.
Yeah, I just cashed in. So when I cashed everything out for the coin app, and I think I got 4,700 or something Sparklet from the. It was just under like 50,000 coin. I got myself almost down to zero, and then just the other day I had like a double rewards on this raid game, Raid Shadow, some fucking thing. I don't know what it is. And so I started smashing that out, and I got myself up to almost 20,000 coin again, just in 2 days from playing that game.
Yeah, it's sort of frustrating. You talk about different games you play that are really cool, and then I'm like, we don't have those. Like our version, obviously, different jurisdictions must have different. I don't know, but for whatever reason, we don't have the same games. Certainly don't have the same rewards. So I guess down here we just get
what games do you have on yours right now?
We do have some that are similar.
Open it up, sucker. I told you before we started this, we're here to fucking party today. We got the beers. We're fucking with the coin app.
There's a couple of blackjack games, and I started one last night that didn't look too bad, and then I started playing. I played 50 hands, and in a game that's essentially a 50-50 to win, I'd lost something like 90-something% of the hands that I played. Like the dealer just kept getting 19, 20, 21 hand after hand, and I just went, you know what, fuck this shit. It's just like I literally like out of 50 hands I won 5. Like it was just ridiculous, and I was like, yeah, this is clearly not fucking. I mean, the math says you can't So I just went, I'm not going to play a game that's going to give me the shit. So
no, fuck that.
Delete. So it lasted about 2 hours on my phone. But there's all this. The one that I was playing was some mining game. What's it called? So I don't know if that's on yours. There's a couple of word type ones, but a lot of them want to try and make us pay money to play, and I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, I haven't paid any money to play any of these stupid games. I just look for the ones that either have a lot of the coin, like the raid one. When it was double XP, it was 90,000 just about. But now that that's over, it's still 45,000. So if I get to the top end, I'll hit 45,851, which is still, that's like $20 worth of, and it's actually a pretty fun game. This Raid Shadow Legends. Didn't give a fuck about it. I downloaded it because my stepbrother said he played it. I said, wait a second, I think that's a game on the coin app that will give me money back. He endorsed it, so I said, fuck it, I'll try it. And it's actually pretty fun. Yeah, actually, I only got 7,630 off of that in 2 days, so I lied. It was I inflated the amount that I got, but whatever, you know how it goes.
Given the time that I spent, it's probably just easy to go out and buy it. To be fair, so
No.
I'm losing interest in it a little bit. I know there's the mining stuff, and I haven't looked into getting the card and stuff that you guys talk about. So when I move, I might look at getting that card. But having said that, I'm also getting rid of the car, so it's not like I'll be driving and be able to get mine. But anyway, I think we missed the boat a lot. And it's never too late. But in terms of like you listen to SC, Like he'd been doing it pretty much since the last bull run, so he's been accumulating for 4 years. So, and I think
Yeah.
that's the perfect way to have done it, where we've jumped in right as it starts to pump. So we've missed that. It's the same as anything in crypto. Like the accumulation period, the boring bit where no one gives a shit, and the prices are down low. That's when you should be giving a shit because that's when you can change your life. And this is no different. So I'm not too stressed about it. I feel like if I got in it a couple of years ago, and that sad thing is I knew all about XYO last bull run because it did pump last bull run too, but I just never, no one, I don't know, partly my fault for not looking into it more, or I never had anyone explain it, whatever. So it wasn't until Upland sort of linked up with it, and I went, hang on, I know about this coin. Let's learn more about it. So,
Well, that's when I re-downloaded it because I had it in 2019 when it was a 1-for-1, and I could have cashed in at that point. But
at some point, it probably would have been if it dropped low enough, because it's from the sounds of it, it's more of a dollar value rather than the comparison value. So,
yeah,
depending on how much the XYO coin is worth, maybe it might have at some point even been worth more than 1-for-1. But
it might have been, yeah.
but now,
I mean,
now it's not even close. So
no, and that's okay. Like I said, I got $20 fucking worth of Sparklet for practically nothing.
Yeah. So that's. I think I'm nearing 50,000 coins, so I'm probably going to try and work that out and just convert it to Sparklet. Like I said, every little spare cent at the moment I've got.
Yeah, why not?
Stupid is just going to Sparklet. I even looked at in fact, I even looked at one of their sales the other day, and then I looked at how many coins you got, and then chucked that on an exchange to see what the difference is. And it was actually like, and I know this is negligible, but it was like 150 coins of Sparklet less than what you would have got on the exchange. Now you lose a bunch by transferring across into Upland and stuff, so it still makes it more profitable to buy it directly from Upland.
Right.
But I was like, nah, fuck you. You're supposed to be selling for cheaper, not more.
Right.
So, but they probably set the price and then Sparklet dropped a little bit overnight or something. So that's probably how that happened. But
yeah, whatever. It is what it is. It's gonna ebb and flow. So
as I said, none of it will make any difference. Whether you buy it at 3.5 cents or you bought it at 7 cents, it'll make fuck all difference when it hits, $1, $2, $3, $4. Who knows where it'll go?
Right.
If it ever hits that, you won't give a shit whether you bought it at 3 or 7 cents.
I mean, I'll give shit a little bit.
Nah.
I mean, if you buy it at 3 cents and you buy it at 7 cents, you get twice as much at 3 cents than you do at 7 cents.
But you don't know where the price is going. So if you just keep buying bits here and bits there, it won't matter. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't you can. Like I bought 3 or 4 grand worth not too long ago, and most of that was around the 4.5 cent mark. And I was like, well, that sucks. Now it's 3.5 cents. I could have got so much more. But you don't know then that it's going to drop down to 3.5 cents. In fact, I would have sworn it would have held its because it had a pretty good support at 4 cents. But again, at a micro cap support levels, TA, it all means shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's just a matter of accumulating. So anyway,
yeah. Speaking of shit,
let's move on. What else we got to talk about?
we could talk. Well, we could talk about all kinds of shit. Let's see here. So I saw today. I didn't get a look at it, but there is. Let me go to Medium real quick. The collector's rank. I don't know when that's coming out. The scores.
The leaderboard. That'd be nice to see that come up. It's not something. I'm assuming everyone's talked about it last week, so it's all old news now. It's not something that I'm going to be super keen to get involved in myself, but it's a cool concept. I love the direction that it's going, and I know there'll be a lot of other players that are.
It makes you think about the things that you own a little bit, and like it does put some value into the nuanced things within Upland, which is kind of cool. Like I found myself looking at block explorers the other day, just looking for ones I actually care about. I wouldn't normally get them because I'm like, I don't really give a fuck that much about another block explorer I'm never going to use. But I took all the ones I had on sale, off sale, and then I looked at some other ones that I'm like, okay, these ones might be kind of cool just to own. And it wouldn't hurt to add to my collection for this score if someday maybe it matters. I have enough there it matters. So I don't know. It just started making me think a little bit, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, so they've got the 2 competitions, the seasonal one and the overall one. So the overall one, I mean, both of them can be easily won by someone that wants to pay to win, which is fine because that's what Upland is, which is
Right.
part of the reason why, generally speaking, won't get involved. My strength has always been Spark, well, especially up
Mhm.
until the Sparklet release, all that sort of stuff. But it still is. So any competition that involves using a lot of Spark, then I've got a chance, which is why Structural Ornaments is one that I like to try and focus on because you need to have a lot of structures. I can build a lot with my Spark. So, I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably have won the last 5 or 6. But because I'm competing against people that buy structural ornaments from me, I tend to just sort of hover in that top 10. I don't really go for it too much. Yeah, I just bought all the duck explorers for no reason other than the. Yeah, and that's the problem. I mean, it's good and it's giving value. I mean, the badges. Well, again, the badges now have some sort of value. I guess I don't know.
I mean, that's cool. It makes having badges more than just a dick measuring contest.
Yes and no. So then they've obviously included block explorers because up until this point they've had absolutely zero utility.
Zero, which is great that they did something so it will at least give you a reason to like sell them.
So my first thought with this was like map assets and structural ornaments and anything UGC rated wouldn't work. It'd be unfair for non-UGC players, which is the same issue I have with the structural ornament competition.
Right.
So I fully, even as a UGC creator, I fully agree with the fact that they aren't involved in the competition.
I 100% agree.
Because I mean, I've got 1,000 structural ornaments just sitting. I mean, they're not applied, but and map assets and stuff like that. So, and to think if I could, score highly because I've just got them sitting in the factory would be bullshit. But what I do think they missed a trick on, and something that I really do hope they look at in the future, and whether people agree with me or not, I don't know. But Upland created map assets, structural ornaments, and
I was going to say the same thing.
Why wouldn't you put them in there? Because obviously,
maybe they will.
Upland Bureau, which is the account that creates them all, isn't going to be part of the competition. Well, I assume it's not going to be. So we can eliminate that from the competition. So then it's just a matter of people that bought them and have bought them over the years, and maybe the older ones are worth more than the current ones. Happy days. And to me, that's not something that UGC or players can manipulate. You can either buy them or don't buy them. You trade them or you don't trade them. Same as block explorers, which are all Upland created, mind you. So I think they missed a trick by not putting in Upland Bureau created structural ornaments and map assets. And I do hope that they do. They said they will look at changing stuff, which they always say stuff like that. So hopefully they do add those in because
I bet they do.
Why not give that? I mean, they already charge ridiculous, especially for the structural ornaments. They already charge ridiculous prices for them.
Yeah, it's going to add value to it. It's going to make them. It's going to make it worth selling for those people that want to add to their collection. It'll justify the price.
If they do the structural ornament competition like they normally do, will UGC have that competition to supply ornaments for? So there's still a demand for UGC, which is great. Not so much this season, but we won't dwell on that. And map assets, well, they still need to work out better ways to increase the utility and whatnot for them. But this design competition, decoration competition, is a great start. If they start doing this more and more, that could just be exactly what UGC needs for map assets as well, which is not something I focus a lot on, but it is what it is. So they're heading in the right direction. Some of the stuff they're doing is fantastic, and they're heading in the right direction. Even if I per se am not really interested in doing it myself, I think it's good for the game overall, which is ultimately what I care about. Not so much what's good for me, but what's good for the game. And I think these things are. So I'd like to see, like I said, I keep saying it because I can't see an argument against not having Upland made assets as part of that competition. And I really hope they do look at doing that.
Yeah, I would bet my left testicle that they add them.
I'm surprised they didn't do it straight off the bat. Whether they thought that would get UGC up and in a tiers or something, and maybe it will get some of them. I don't know. I mean, if you use your brain and think about it, I don't think it can because players can't really manipulate Upland made stuff because you got to buy it, and if you buy it, well then happy days, or if you win it or earn it or whatever, happy days. I mean, if Upland Bureau wins the competition because they've got all the, all the different showrooms and all different assets or whatever, well then that's a different story. But I'd assume that Upland wouldn't do that.
No,
I'll assume, but
I wonder if maybe it's just like we're just now rolling this thing out, so let's just slow roll it. Let's do 3 things to make it easy, and then they say they're going to do this every season or whatever, and then the next season, hey, we're going to add these other things. We've streamlined how to
which
tabulate
is
the
the right
results.
which is the right approach, because you look
Yeah.
at even UGC when they first started doing that, it was kind of like a open gate, create anything, and we saw some stuff that the uplander going, actually, this is not cool. You got map assets that are like 10 meters tall, and you got signposts and stuff like that, and they weren't happy with. So then they've tried to close the gate on certain things. And the most frustrating one, which I've whinged and bitched about many times, is now that you can't build on top of roofs and cover up chimneys and stuff. Why you've I totally disagree with that rule, but that's neither here or there now. They've made that rule. It seems like they're sticking with it. But had that been the rule from the get-go, then we wouldn't even be discussing it. It'd be, oh, okay, that's just the rule they made. And maybe if they change that rule down the track and loosen it up or something, it's cool. But to close the gate on something that was already open, it's so much harder. So I get that this is probably the right step to start off small and increase. So like I said, I hope that they do increase it to at least the map assets and structural ornaments that they create. Now, I say that I don't own a lot of them, especially structural ornaments. I own bugger all. Map assets, I own a couple here and there. Usually the ones that they do with UpX sales, which they've been few and far between of late. But you can go look through. Most of my stuff that I have is stuff that I've made myself, so it's not going to benefit me by adding Upland Bureau. In fact, I'd probably see myself tumble down the leaderboard if that did happen. But again, it's not about me. It's about what's good for the game. And I think that, and Upland needs to be going strong and earning money, which is, I think, what this is all about. Them trying to sell more passes. Happy days. It's not something, again, I'm not going to go out and buy the other 3 so I can have all 4 and then get the special one. But I get what they're doing. I don't have a problem with it. I just choose not to get involved. But it's fair enough. They've got to earn money. And if Upland's going strong and earning money, well, that's good for all of us.
Yeah, so, when Upland wins, we win. So I think that's
right.
Yeah, I haven't looked at this at all, other than I saw that it existed. So let's just look at it. Have you looked at this?
I haven't looked at it. I did catch Goldie's podcast because I was getting ready for this one. Well, not getting ready. I was just got back from shopping and stuff, and he went over it briefly, so I got half an idea. It's not too much to it. It's just basically trying to get you to collect or buy all 4. So,
okay. They're going to give us a final opportunity to boost our collector score. Introducing the Wonderland 24 Season Summit Pass, a collectible featuring all 4 characters in one stunning design. To be eligible, you must collect and hold all 4 editions of the Season Pass in your account. I do kind of like this idea, but I wish they would have done it with the other stupid ones that they had all those different tiers of.
But remember, in a way they have, because remember I assume there was the common, rare, ultra rare, whatever for the other ones.
They give you more points.
They give you more points because there's less of them. Now, we don't know what those points are and exactly how all that works. I'm sure there'll be people out there trying to figure it out to some extent. I would argue that this is the most recent season, so apparently age has something to play with it too. So being that it's the most recent season isn't necessarily going to earn you the most points. But then again, in 4 years' time, having all 5 of these might be worth a lot more points compared to what's currently in the game. So I don't know. Again, it's not something I'm going to get into, but it's a cool idea, and I think again, a step in the right. Instead of just releasing pointless things like they have done with the ultra rare and all the rares or whatever, and with those other passes, which seem somewhat pointless, other than cool, I've got a rare. Wow, what do I do with it? Nothing. Well, now they're starting to create utility and a reason to own them. So if you're lucky enough to pull a rare or an ultra rare or something like that, well, happy days. You might be able to make a bit of coin on it or something. So again, like I said, not something I'm interested in, but it's a step in the right direction, and I like the direction that's going.
Right. So it says here, previously burned characters count, which is great. If you burn the season pass, it still qualifies. You just need to hold the other 3 characters to complete the set. So I think I burned the Tycoon one. Maybe if I find my way into these other 3, that would be cool. But I don't know if I want to do this or not. All 4 passes must be in your account or burned by December 31st at 9 a.m. PT. A snapshot will be taken shortly after the deadline. To ensure you're included, we recommend holding your passes for at least 24 hours after the cutoff. If you've already burned a pass, you can easily identify which pass you burned by checking your confirmation email sent to you at the time of the burning. Why add the special edition pass to your collection? This isn't just any collectible. It's a unique opportunity to own a pass that showcases all 4 characters in one beautifully designed item. I think I would beg to differ that it's a beautifully designed item, but that's neither here nor there. Plus, the special edition pass contributes directly to your collector's score, giving you that extra edge to climb up the ranks in Upland. Don't let this chance slip away. Collect your passes, secure your spot, and close out 2024 with an exclusive addition to your collection. Happy collecting, and see you in Upland.
Now, there is obviously you got a couple of carrots there, but the well designed thing, is that talking about which is that it the 4th? So I'm assuming that's what you get, is it? That one?
I'm assuming.
You know that for sure, or so
No.
you're saying the well designed one? Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's some. Who knows? I mean, if it's that,
Maybe
happy days,
it says it's going to have all 4 of them in it.
so given that all 4 have the same rarity, I would just be buying 4 if you really wanted it. I'd just be buying 4 from Upland, and then trying to swap whatever double you have for something, because I'm assuming someone else is going to have the exact reverse problem, given that they should all roughly have the same amount of being distributed. So it's not like there's one that's ultra rare that you're going to pay an arm and a leg for. They should all be roughly the same value, and you should be able to find another person that's collecting that has the other one that you need and be able to do a swap. So it should only cost you, assuming you've already got one, it should only cost you $21 to get the other 3. And maybe if you're not lucky just to get them straight off the bat, then maybe a swap or 2. But there's plenty of different channels that you can put posts out there to look for swaps, and it's not that hard.
I hope this isn't what the thing looks like, but to be honest, like I look at this and I can't think of any kind of design that would make me excited other than one. There's only one design that really matters to me that would have all 4 of them in there.
So my first issue, and I thought about this, was like, I've got no fucking clue which one I burnt. So I wouldn't know.
I know
like,
which one you burnt.
Yeah, only because you gave it to me, and I did think that you might remember. But I
It's
know
this one, the manufacturer.
Was it? Are you sure?
Yep.
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
So there'll be people out there that can't remember which one they burnt, and is there a way to check?
Yeah,
I
it
know
says it
there's-
right here, you silly.
No, which one they burnt.
Yeah, it says right here. You
Yeah.
just look at your email, your
Get an
confirmation email.
But that was 2 weeks ago.
Well, you telling me you can't find your fucking email?
I deleted it.
Well, look, nothing's ever really deleted unless you delete your deleted, which I know you didn't. So just go back through your emails and say, hey, where the fuck is this one? And
Do you
it'll
want me
be
to?
there.
All right, hang on. Do you really want me
Yeah.
to show you how many emails I have from Upland on my Upland account? Like,
Look, yes, I do actually. I want to know.
okay, I just clicked. So I don't know how far this goes back, but I just clicked how. Oh, I'm up to over 1,000, and I'm still in December 10.
Just type in fucking a certificate of burning.
Anyway, I don't care enough. I'm not going to do it myself, so I don't
Well,
care.
now I want you to do it. I care.
I don't. So,
I hate you.
but again, like I said, I don't hate it. If Upland sell more and make more money to pay the bills and keep the lights on, so
Swarley, answer me this. If the collector's pass legit that they rolled out was the human centipede version of these 4 together, would you gun for that one?
probably not.
I would 100%.
Probably
I
not. Because
If I could get these 4 characters ass to mouth to each other, you bet your sweet ass I'd be gunning for that real fucking hard. And I'd pay some extra money if I get a human centipede version of these 4 fuckers.
and
going
have them
to
on
town.
have them on the Schlong Speedway.
Oh, dude, yeah, yes. I'll be like, when I get to put it up in my home someday. That'd be the first one I put up there. Right as you walk through the door, you get to see the human centipede of the Wonderland season. Legit.
I think it's a safe bet that Upland are not going to do that. You might get
Of
a
course
Congo
not.
one, but
Hey, Swirly, will you make that for me? Will you copy these
Nope.
and then make me a map asset of the human centipede with these 4 characters in it?
Nope.
For fun.
Nope.
What do you mean? I thought we were friends.
Nope. No, that'd be too hard to do, way too time consuming, and C, never ever ever get approved.
I don't need to
I'm
get approved.
I'm not wasting that much time on something that I'll never make a single Epic from.
I'll wait for AI to do it for me.
Yeah, AI is not quite there yet.
It will be in the next like 6 months, I'm sure.
12 months maybe.
Maybe. I can wait a year to get a human centipede of these 4 idiots.
It's just what in 3D print it.
Oh, dude, yes. I have a 3D printer right next to me.
I know you've told me many times.
I can't get it to work right at the moment, but I mean, I'd put some extra effort into it if I could get that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I know you fucking do.
It'll be
Anyway.
interesting. The thing is, the less people that do this, the more valuable that additional pass that you win gets too. So
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see how many people do actually do it, because if only say 50 people do it, it's a pretty rare pass.
I'm curious. Let's see if I can what they're looking like out there. I bet they've went way up in price. What are those things called? Wonderland legit season pass. $11.
But you can go buy them.
Yeah, I mean, with the hope that you get all 4.
So
$11.
if I was to do it, but given that I already burnt one, I would buy 3 more from Upland and then look to swap if I end up with a double. No, my luck, I end up with 4 of the same, which is part of the reason why I went to it. But if you get super lucky, you end up with all 4 straight off the bat. Happy to. I mean, they're all 25% chance, so there's no reason why you couldn't. You'd hope at very least you get 3 different ones and just have to swap one. But that's part of the game too, isn't it? So networking and liaising with people to try and do a swap, and a swap like that is a pretty easy swap. There's no trust involved. It's just a straight 1-for-1 swap. So
Yeah,
it's the easiest swap you can do with a stranger as you'll ever get. So
that's true.
otherwise, just go buy one secondary market and sell yours on the secondary market. It should be worth the same. So by the time you finish buying and selling, you should end up with roughly the same value anyway. So
Let's buy them. Let's buy some. Let's get fucking crazy.
I'll tell you now, I'm not. I'd rather go buy.
Let's do it.
We need 3 collection properties for this season's challenge, and to my knowledge, I bought one the other day. So to my knowledge, I only have 2. So there isn't a city release in the next week. I'm gonna have to buy a 3rd one, and I'd rather spend $21 on buying a collection, even if it's a blue one, over a pass.
I'm curious. Where am I? Let me refresh this for this gamified earning. Let's see where we're at now that you're talking about that. Let's see where we're at in the gamified earnings.
Yeah, I haven't checked a couple of days.
Okay.
I was lagging a bit, so I had to pull my finger out a little. I don't think I've even done the
Mr.
travel
Farley
one yet.
Man.
I still think I haven't visited 3 cities.
You have not logged in for 25 days. You have logged in for 7, so good on you. You haven't even minted 3 properties? What's wrong with you?
Hasn't been a city release. And I obviously minted 13 in bloody Hyde Park right before. So that must have been right before the season. Must have been before the season started. Hey, and I bought 4 properties in Granada Hills, so don't give me a trader. But they've all been secondary market, which is why I've got that one ticked off.
Yeah.
But the minting to Hyde Park must have all been right before the first, so it was obviously. Well, some of them were well before, but then I minted 4 more that must have been before the first. I don't know.
So you still haven't got your 3 property collections yet.
No, I think I'm at 2.
You bought 5 properties, which is good on you.
Yeah, that was easy.
You completed 5 structures, which is good. You've completed 5 treasure hunts. You have not earned a referral bonus. Ooh, I might get a referral bonus this season. I might have one.
I worked overtime hard for the first season of this to get one. I got my mate to do it, and he's not interested. I even saw him at my wedding a couple of weeks ago. He is not interested in playing the game. He just did it as a favor for me, and I'm like, well, cheers. But I'd really wish that you'd at least log in every week and get the 10 upex. Not 10 upex, what is it? 10 spark.
Yeah, that would be nice, huh? Let's see here. You've bought 3 items from a store. That's a win for you. You visited 3 cities. No, you have not visited 3 cities. Shame
And
on
I'm in
you.
Queens, so I could jump on the train and do that in about 3 minutes.
You have not had an ornament applied for 3 weeks. You've got 5 total points. Your current multiplier is 3, and your expected is 14.7. You're killing
Yeah.
it. You got 5.
Well, the city one's easy, so if there's not a city release, I'll jump on the train. That would be done in a heartbeat.
Let's see here. What
And
do
the
I
rest-
got here?
Well, the only one I've really got to focus on is minting 3 or filling a collection. So they're the only 2 I've got to focus.
So I've got the 7 days straight. I've minted 3 properties. I've completed 3 property collections. I've bought 5 properties. Not done 5 structures yet, although I'm very close. I think I've got 3 done so far. I'll have another one done
Oh, you
tonight.
got your showroom, didn't you?
I got 2 showrooms done this season.
Good. You can start selling your own stuff and
Can you? Yeah, I know. I've applied. It just hasn't happened yet. I actually applied for a bunch more meta ventures too. I think I submitted 3 more meta ventures.
There was a period there they were turning them around in hours, but no, we've gone back to days, if not weeks
know.
now.
It's
It's
been a week.
disappointing. But then, having said that, my last structural ornament got approved in about a week. So, like, swings and roundabouts, I guess. So careful what you whinge about, because I'd
Well, it's 'cause
rather.
you haven't been on the show much lately, and you've been in a much happier mood now that you're a married man. You've been changed, and so
That
they're
must
like, you know what? He's settled down. Let's give him his assets. Let's stop spanking him. Let's see here. I've not got a referral bonus. I have bought 3 items. That one finally ticked off. I visited 3 cities. I have not applied an ornament long enough. I have 6 total points, 1 more than you. But I will complete this 5 structure here soon, and I will get the 5 treasures soon. I may even get this referrer bonus soon. I will get the ornament because I have a Krampus that I have had on there for a while. I'm going to get the 25 days. I'm going to have them all. I'm going to get them all this season. Just watch.
Nice.
I'll be fucking big pimping.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll see. What else is happening here in the old Upseas lands? We got the collector's score, an albatross,
So we've talked about that. Knowing
property
playing-
decor. Are you going to do the decor contest?
No.
Are you doing that?
Not if someone gave me a really cool idea, yeah, but like if I had any thought of doing it initially, it got squished and exterminated when I saw. I think it was Y2K. What's his name again? Sorry, I'm just blanking on his name. Upland Guide.
UK 2012.
Yeah, he did a video when it first came out, and he showed a person that had created, and it was really clever done, and it looked fantastic. I think it was only a micro house with a structural ornament applied, and he turned it into a body. It kind of looked like Bender, I guess, in a way, from Futurama. Not that I ever watched it, but he used map assets.
Wait, hold on. You've never seen Futurama?
I've never sat down and watched it. No.
What the fuck, man?
Anyway, so it was really well done. I looked at that and went, "Yeah, I can't."
You can't brush this under the rug.
There was other no. Let's move on. But looking at that effort, I'm like, yeah, that dude deserves to kick my ass every day of the week, and I'm not even going to try. And to be honest, I didn't have the time. I've spent pretty much every single spare minute I've had over the last 2 weeks creating these 2 structures for the Queen's Ridge competition. Obviously, I'm not going to show them right now. Maybe when that closes. Not that I expect anyone would copy me or anything like that, but I'm still working on one of them, so it's still a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
So that was some time I wasn't budgeting to spend, but I spent a lot of. So to be fair, I'm not really in Upland that much, and then whatever spare time I do have, like at night time, I might sit down for dinner and or whatever, and then I'm just moving map assets one at a time to fill these fences for the racetrack. Structural ornaments. So it's taken me almost last night. I think it's the first time I made sure all my showrooms actually have this season structural ornaments in it because I just haven't had the time. So we're halfway through this month, and Not that I'm selling that many anyway, so it's not been a big deal. But I just haven't had a lot of time in Upland itself because I'm mostly in Blender. So, to continue to move map assets around so I can compete in this competition personally, no. I'm having PTSD already from moving stuff. So,
Yeah, I don't blame you.
having said that, if someone said, "Oh, Swiley, you should do this," would be an awesome idea, and I went, "Yeah, that would be a cool idea," and it was unique. That's the thing; it has to be unique. Then maybe I'd give it a crack, but otherwise, I'm not too bothered.
Why the fuck are my showrooms not showing up?
Actually, what frustrated me is I went and looked at that leaderboard, and there's one bloke that's massively out in front with.
Oh, I
huge-
saw that.
And I'm like, "Oh, awesome! I'll go check out what he's done." Copy the address, paste it in. No. Do you think I could find? After about 3 different attempts, like changing the address, shortening it down, whatever. Do you think I could find it? And I'm like, "Fuck this shit! I'm out of here." So I was like, "It's the worst city to be drawing this competition in because it's so hard to find an actual address." Upland need to create a link or something like that from that leaderboard to the address so we can get to it easier. Because copying and pasting the address is just not working. Okay,
Let's see
you
if
make
we
a
can
liar.
find it together.
Make a liar out of me.
I hope so. I saw that I was actually on this. I was like 30 something on here. I didn't
I don't know
expect that.
Well,
Yeah,
I actually
38.
haven't even- I got
54
54
points.
I haven't even. I assume I'm on the leaderboard. I've probably got 1 point. I don't know if that's the same one
Yep.
or not. What I was trying to look at.
Is it Control C?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if it actually.
Oh, we've got an Aussie up there too in the top 5 or 6. Lilyfield, having a crack at it. Have you spent most of your updates already? That maybe.
Are you asking if I did?
Yeah, you spent a chunk of it already, have you?
Yeah, I bought a couple properties. I was like, well, before I accidentally spend this on fucking nonsense, I better just buy a couple properties. And so that's what I did. Okay. Let's try this. Okay.
So nothing. So keep shortening. it.
Nothing. One Chome.
See, none of those are right.
827.
The best thing you could probably do is copy that address, go to up, and this is what I thought of, but I didn't do it myself. Go to Upex Land, type in that address in just the search of, say, Tokyo, and that'll create a link that'll take you straight to the property. But it's a lot of fucking around just to look at some bloke's effort at designing. I just wanted to see, like, have an idea of what the competition looked like, and I was like, this is too hard. And the one
Yeah.
time I did click on something, it took me to somewhere that was just a blank square. Yeah.
Okay. Blank square. That's 3 Chome. I wonder if we could just scroll around and see if we. It got to be
I've got-
close here.
Just open up Upex
What
Land.
the fuck is this building?
That's the unique structure for Tokyo. It's pretty cool, but bloody expensive to build. A lot of spark hours.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I've got one
That
underway,
thing is
but I've
really
got a
cool.
minimum stake on it, so it's going to be like, apparently it's like 4.5 years at minimum stake to build it. It's a really long time.
Whoa! Look at this fucking thing. Oh, wait, is this it? 1 Chome 827. That's not the right one.
Yeah,
That's not the right one.
that's
Yeah,
not-
this is it. 1 Chome 827 Konimento City. Yeah, this is it. This is the one that's currently leading.
So you accidentally found that on. Did you?
They wrote Winter Wonder. I mean, I wasn't too far away.
Land
Not
that
hard.
must be coming. It's harder than what it needed to be anyway. but that's cool.
I mean, this isn't bad.
Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. I would
It
argue
is
that the house that Y2K showed was more creative, even if it wasn't anywhere near as extravagant in terms of the amount of assets and
cooler?
whatnot. Yeah. I just think the creativity of that one was just next level. Like just
Origin
using-
541.
anyone that's watched any, like, I don't know if you've ever watched the Lego Masters, the American version, or even there's been versions all around the world. But
Oh,
in
you know I
show,
have.
in that show, they talk about what's the term they use? Something about part usage or creative part usage or unusual part usage. I can't remember what the acronym is they use for it. But the way this person had turned their structural ornament and their property with map assets into a robot, it looked just amazing with stuff that you wouldn't expect. It just looked really cool. But if anyone didn't catch Y2K stream,
Yeah.
I just thought that was really awesome and really well done. And to me, I reckon that was going to be hard to beat, assuming that was Tokyo when it qualified, all that sort of stuff. The problem is it wouldn't score
I
anywhere
think this
near.
Origin 541 is an Oregon person. I think I've talked to this guy because he lives in the same state as me,
Oh, he deserves to
if
lose.
I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's cool. That's a cool looking property.
But you get what I'm saying. It's like I'd love to just click on that and go see each property and just see what people are doing, but it's just too hard. So your
Yeah,
best bet is scroll around. Or something. Yeah, it's the Apex
they
Legends
need to
idea.
make it a link.
Yeah, make it a link that you can just click straight to it, which is easy enough to do.
Yeah,
It's just they've got to do something about it. But I love the idea. It's just probably the worst city for them to do it in.
yeah, probably. I'm curious. Vulgar Racing, Vulgar Map, Vulgar Explorers. Oh, I was just seeing if any of my other shops have come up yet, and they have not, which is a bummer.
Nice. If you did it last week, they should be early this week. So give it
Yeah,
another
I
day.
did. Score,
Although
you sold that track property for $75K?
Yeah, I think Dukes SX bought it.
Really?
Is that right, Scory? Dukes SX bought it? Because I know he got some track. He told me he bought one, and I gave him some fences for his property.
Oh, so he's on it.
So he has one Dukes, yeah. And Dukes is an odd, talking about locals, well, not necessarily local because he's Western Australia, so and I'm East Coast, he's West Coast, but yeah, he's an Aussie. So I'll take it as a win.
He's a countryman.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
An
a win.
Aussie, and
Fuck yeah, it's a
and I
win.
will support and back the Aussies to my death.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So, all the power to if people put their product up for sale and make a good profit. Happy days. I've made it quite clear that if people want to sell, I'll buy them for 40,000. But the properties that I buy will be given away down the track. We've discussed that before.
Right.
So I've been a little bit slack lately in terms of following up. Caesar sort of held me up a bit too because I sort of allocated a lot to him, not sure what he needed, and he's been a little bit MIA. So I cleared all my showroom out the other day,
Yeah.
so I'm right to start getting hit up from people to do some more. So if you start reaching out and get people to hit me up, my factory is starting to build up a little bit, so I've got some stock there. So it'd be
Yeah,
good.
we got some
Speaking
more.
of
We
which,
need to,
Cape
we need to work
Madman
on.
apparently.
I've been a little bit behind too because I've been busy.
So in the yellow green section, we've got 3 properties owned by the one player that we had a bit of an issue with. Cape Madman has apparently acquired one of those 3 properties and has said that that player is open to trade for the
No
other
shit.
2. I'm not going to engage personally, but I would be fully supportive and will try and help out if only because I'd rather the player just get on board and be part of what we're trying to build. But
that individual still will not respond back to me, even though I've been nothing but nice and cordial. They've just chosen to ignore any message I've sent them for some unknown reason.
Anyway, so Kate
They've
Madman
just
seems to
taken
be
issue with the whole idea.
So he seems to be on top of it. So from what the message he sent me was that he might be open to do some sort of deal or something like that. So I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll 100% behind you, but I'm not going to engage in it myself. I've got a flat rate of 40k. Anyone wants to, if you've got one or more properties and you want to sell them, I will give you 40k off the bat. Put it on the market, you probably get more, as you saw with Scory, but I'll do 40. And then any property that I do buy, it's just going into a prize pool. So you'll see that I've got 3, maybe 4 that I bought in the last few weeks. They don't have fences on them because they're part of the prize pool. So I can't put fences on them because if I did, I can't give them away without having to move them again. And I don't want to be doing that.
Right. Well, hopefully we can acquire these properties from this unknown person. I don't know who it is exactly, but maybe we can. Oh man, my beer is foaming over. Is it some sort of karma problem? What's going on here?
You brought it on yourself, man.
Fuck. I mean, I got all this head.
Just quickly drink it.
Well, I will now, but I wasn't even paying attention because I was looking at the screen, talking shit, and then all of a sudden my beer starts splooging all over my hand.
Probably is karma.
Oh god, yeah, fuck yeah, it's good shit. Oh man, my wife's gonna be like, "What are you drinking down there?" I'm like, "You bet your sweet ass I was."
Yeah, so we do need to start reaching out to more players. I had one of my offers rejected, which is cool. I don't mind them being rejected because that means players want to keep them, which is what we ultimately want. I don't want to own all the properties. I'd love it. I'd love 200 different players to be involved in this personally.
100%.
But they rejected us. So I'm like, happy days. They're A, active player, and B, they want to keep the property because I'm obviously offering, if they don't know nothing about what we're doing, I'm offering 4x what they minted it for. It's still a pretty decent return. So I'm glad they rejected it. So I hit them up with a message. Crickets, no reply. I'm just like, God damn it. Why is this so hard?
Nobody knows.
Why is this so hard? Like, we're trying to give you stuff for free and an opportunity to win.
I know.
Lots of stuff.
We just want to give away free shit and then make your property more valuable. Although the track is looking nicer, it is slowly getting there.
It's good. I was watching your stream the other day with your truck racing, which you suck at, and everybody else must have crashed in the last race for you to come second.
What the fuck?
But it is good to see.
Hold on. I adjusted my strategy mid-stream to say, hey, I need to try something different. Obviously, what I was doing wasn't working, and it worked out flawlessly, and I was able to pull off a second-place finish.
No, everyone else crashed. They took them. Everyone else took each other. They must have. No, you're not that good a racer.
You bastard.
I say that I've never really raced in my life, and the few races I have had, I pretty much come last because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you little shitbag.
Yeah, so we've been a little bit slow the last. Last week.
The track is looking
so we do
good. It looks real nice.
The green and yellow section is probably the best out of the 3 if you had to pick one. But it'd be good to get a bit more done. But it's coming along nicely. Like you can see, one side's looking really good. The other side, but yeah, we just need to keep working on getting some more people active or, way ridiculously high price. So, I think still, if you ask me,
there's a couple more properties for sale. These ones weren't for sale recently.
I mean, if you can turn around and sell for 75k, awesome.
This is a new name. I haven't.
No, that's always been there since.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's always been there.
What about this one? Is this one Big Falk?
Not 100%. It's been there for a while.
I feel like I haven't seen that name, but I mean, I look at so many fucking names.
Yeah. Stoked that Caesar got his fences up without having to
building an issue. Say
Yeah,
again?
you had to hit them up. Yeah, when the glitches like that, you just got to hit them up. They're usually
who
pretty
up? What are
good
you
at
talking
fixing
about?
those glitches, but Upland.
Oh yeah. I think it
For the
was.
building that wouldn't delete.
What one was it?
Yeah, up there. Keep going. That's a
Yeah,
little further up.
it was.
Keep going.
I
It's
hit
next
them
door to mine.
up. They
Yeah, it's that.
fixed it.
It was your tiny little thing
Yeah,
next to
fix
my
this
really
little-
big thing.
My little baby.
I really don't want to knock that building down, but I can't put fences on it, so I'm like, we'll see what happens. Watching you do this live.
Yeah. Oh, I need another one in here.
You'd probably get a full one in there, wouldn't you?
Come
Or
on.
is it just a fraction too small for
Oh,
a full
you'd
one?
think so. It might be just a smidgen too small.
I don't know. We'll work it out. That's what she said.
Yeah. That is what she said. All right, good enough for now. Close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, so we do need to
There
get
we
going
go.
on that because I haven't had too many people reach out in the last week or so we need to get some more going. But we've had some good response. So
Yeah,
We'll talk
I need
with
to
Kate.
harass people. It's just been super busy.
well, so we've decided we're going to go with the tier one.
I mean,
tier
I know
twos.
we're still plugging away.
So we decided to
Yeah.
go with the tier
You
one.
want to talk
tier
about that
twos.
for a second?
So we know about tier ones. We've been talking about that from the get go. Tier ones, any trackside properties. So if you put fences up, you qualify to be in the draw. 100,000 up to. So it won't be that much because we will never get 100%. But that'll be once a month. But we'll do weekly draws as well for anyone that's in there. But we're also going to do what we call tier two. Actually, have you got the map there? It's not a complete. Cape Madman's still working on it, but it'll give people an idea of what tier two.
On Discord?
Yeah, on Discord. And that
Yeah, give me a second. I will
I can bring it
I
up.
will bring it up.
Figured you're already sharing. You just click on it and open up in
Yeah.
the browser. So the tier two, which is where the trackside properties that I'm acquiring will be given away. It won't be given away to people that already own trackside properties. I think that is kind of counterproductive. I'm hoping that people that don't already have trackside and can't afford to pay, $75K for a trackside property might get a tier two property, which all helps the track, helps build up the track. So if you have a tier two property and you build a structure of a townhouse or an apartment, some people have argued it should be smaller. I'm sticking with my guns. I'm thinking that we want that height on tier two. And again, if every single property that was there in the grey, whether it be light grey or dark grey, was built up with a large structure on it, it would make this area look awesome.
Right.
It would fill it right out and look great. So that's why we're trying to encourage the tier two. So anything inside the track. So tier two is all that darker grey area. So anything inside the track is tier two. And any property that's touching a trackside property on the outside, I have to draw a line somewhere, which is why we're just basically saying if it's touching a tier one property or a trackside property, then it's a tier two. And if you build a structure on that, so obviously you won't put racing fences up because you're not on the track. But if you just build a structure, and all you need to do is build a structure. We were going to try and have a Discord page. I'm not sure where you're up with that, Slack, but basically in the Discord page, you post the address of whichever property that you believe qualifies. So it's got a structure on it of a normal townhouse or an apartment building. Or if you happen to have the limited time builds on it, that'd be pretty cool too.
I'm actually glad that you brought up the Discord thing. I'm gonna make a server dedicated to the Vulgar Uplander, and then there'll be the neutral zone page and stuff in there. But all the stuff that I've been working on, we've been working on, So I'm gonna have a server. I'm gonna work on it. I'm not in a super rush, but I'm also not looking to drag my feet on it either. So I'll be working on that here real soon, and just keep a lookout for those posts. I'll post it all over the place when I have it ready to go.
Copy that. It's all right. Just get distracted by chat. What game is this? Are you referring to Upland, or are you referring to the fact within Upland we've got a racetrack and we're talking about that?
Cat Ember. I don't know. Cat Ember. If you're not familiar with Upland, the property trading game, that is what we're talking about. And this is just one aspect of it. We have a racetrack within Upland, the property trading game that we're currently talking about at the moment. So this whole channel is dedicated to Upland and random stuff. Oh, you're not familiar with Upland? Well, you're in for a treat, Cat Ember. You should check it out. You should download
Upland.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's racing inside of this game, and you can buy property on a racetrack. That's what we're talking about here. These are all the properties that are on the racetrack that I've created within Upland, and you can decorate it and you can race on it, and there's leagues and all kinds
I would
of shit.
say that if you're used to racing with Forza or Need for Speed or something like that, it's not anything like those two racing games. So it's very different. It's a very different style game. It's one that I guess is player built, player driven, player involvement. As a result, it's very different to what you might be used to with playing with racing games. But there is a community in relation to it. So, but the main thing is the game is a property trading game. There's an ability to spend money, earn money, make money, or just basically meet new people and hang out. Like Elslack and I are opposite sides of the world, never met each other, but we chat almost every day.
That's right. Yeah.
Purely because of this game and different elements of this game. So so what we're talking about at the moment is tier 2. So tier 2 obviously isn't going to command the 75,000 price tag that Scory was able to get, or the 40k that I'm offering people. And I'm not going to be chasing tier 2. But if you have a tier 2 and you build something, and basically I wanted something with a bit of height. So if there's a structure in front of it, you can see it through the track and through the other buildings, stuff like that, and just build up the whole neighborhood. So basically didn't want a bunch of micro houses just built up everywhere, which are kind of pointless if you ask me. And even to an extent, small town houses, they're so tiny. And these properties are all large properties, so they all house at least a townhouse. So that's why I want, trying to encourage people to build something bigger. And so basically each week we'll run a competition, and there will be at least one, or probably one. So it won't be given away every week, but there will be at least one trackside property up for grabs on the spin wheel. So whether you end up with that map asset, structural ornament, or the trackside property, there might even be a Evergreen Lashes property up there for grabs one week. I do have one of those.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
So I'm still working on the prizes and stuff, but basically tier 2, we're trying to build up the whole track itself. We're trying to make this track look both in-game and on map the best one in Upland. And we do have some decent competition, including in the same neighborhood. So there's some good competition out there. There is a couple of other tracks now. I've had other people reach out to me wanting to do fences for tracks. So there's going to be some decent competition out there to make this the number one track. But again, we can't do it without the community. Some people have been really good and on board really quickly, as you can see. Other people,
sure,
not so. Some people are active but just not interested. Yeah, kind of. Fair enough. It is what it is. But then there's just some people that are inactive, and there's not much we can do about that. Unfortunately, we're not the local government. We can't acquire properties on a what do they call that? The land takeovers or whatever.
Properties.
Yeah, I would buy that for a reasonable price. I'm not going to pay for it.
I can't recall.
Yeah, but when they just take, because they're doing some sort of massive development.
But you can put a pretty big factory on this one.
You could put factory showroom.
Yeah, you can't just
it's a
seize
decent
property.
property. Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
it would be really good to have that one in the hands of someone that's part of the community, but it's a hell of a lot of fences, which is fine. I will supply them, but it means that's a lot of fences that you can't. You'd have if you want to sell down the track, you have to move them off, and it'd be. I can see why someone's reluctant to put
That's a fuck ton
100
of
fences,
fucking fences.
100 fences on a property like that, because you're just going to have to move them if you want to sell them at a later date. Unless Upland ever do bring out that where you can sell.
If you're buying a property like that, you're probably not selling that though.
In the next 6 to 12 months, who knows where Upland goes? You just might.
Maybe. I wish this person was active. I feel like they're not, because I've reached out to them and they never responded. So
click on their profile and see what their activity is. I feel like they are. I mean, that's a harvest season background. Sorry, not harvest.
I guess 5 days ago they were doing some shit, but they just have chose not to respond to me.
Well, that's understandable.
I mean, I don't blame them. I wouldn't respond to me half the time either, but
you are vulgar.
I am vulgar. Hey, what the JH going fucking racy with his racing shit. Good for him. What's up, bro? Look at him go. That's what I'm talking about.
There's a little tiny part for the cars, and there's like 2/3 of the page for the women.
Hey, man, he's focusing on what's important here, which is cars. It's all about racing. He wants to ride them hard, the cars.
Okay.
And he witness the fastest cars and boldest drivers in action with Upland Racing. I mean, he's nailing it. This is everything you need right here.
You got your attention. Move 6.
Yeah, those are some good-looking cars. I tell you what, that's a competition series, my friends. This is the kind of advertisement that we need in Upland. I'm proud of him.
Getting the reach is the problem. I mean, Upland have obviously got the push notification, which is reach second to none. So to get that, I'm guessing. I was just thinking you haven't put in the hashtag. I'm guessing if you don't have an account, kind of not much point. But if you do have an account, hashtag what is it? Swaley's back. Is that what we did?
Yeah, it's on the ticker too. Here,
you can win some free stuff. That's if you're still about.
Hashtag Swarley's back. If you haven't put this in yet, go ahead and you can win some sweet shit.
So everybody that puts it in will get a. Actually, let's do some sharing.
You want to do some sharing?
Let's do some like.
I thought you disappeared on me. You're like just slightly too far away from your camera. You keep cutting in and out.
I'm just trying to see what I've got. All right, so
I got 2 entries into this thing so far.
Yeah, I did see that. So, it is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is. Fuck it. 2 people can win all the shit. I don't give a fuck.
All right, so here's my. I'll just try and not share stuff I don't want to share. So if you hadn't already seen it, we have the vulgar or the Merry Krampus from Elslack. So everybody that does the hashtag will get this one for free.
Indubitably.
So this was a bit of a. There's what'd you say? 1,225 or 1225, which is
1225. Yep.
Which is the way you do the date.
That's the way we do it in America.
So the Krampus with the Christmas red and green.
He will eat your children.
Try and not share too much. So we've got these are all available now.
I love these little fucking ornaments that you made. These are delicious.
These are all pretty cheap. These are all $5,000 each. They're all Winter Wonderland thingy. So whether you can use that for the competition or not, it doesn't really matter. They're all pretty much the same, just different. Made one for each structure type. This one's got a little Easter egg in it. It's the only one that's got an Easter egg. But if you place the ornament on there, you see it straight away. The way Upland does it, it makes.
Have you made 44 of these yet?
I have them all lined up on my showroom to give you. I feel bad because I'm not making 88 of them or 85, whatever we need for a little band.
Is his number 85?
Yeah, I'm not gonna mint that many because I won't. Normally, I'm in about 200 each season, but because of this season with Tokyo the way it is, I'm just not selling it. I think I've sold maybe 5 of all of them, so I'm just not selling any because people don't need them. They've already got. Winter was already well supplied anyway because it was one of the ones that's been around since day one, and you only need them for Tokyo, so people just don't need structural elements this season. So yeah, it is what it is. So
I love these ones. I love the candy cane. It's so simple, but it's awesome all at the same time. And I love this one specifically because you got that little Santa in the chimney, which is fucking awesome.
Then we've got Aussie. This one, as I mentioned at the start of the show, 40 degrees Celsius here at the minute, or 100 and whatever that works out to be your language.
It's like 105 or 103 or
so
something.
Pretty much, if you live anywhere near the coast in Australia, we're obviously famous for our beaches. So this is the lifeguard will be they patrol pretty much every single beach almost in the country. They're all a volunteer organisation. They wear yellow and red, and they have yellow and red tents and yellow and red flags that you're meant to swim between for safety. So that's where the colour comes from. And obviously, we've got Santa with a bit of a picture that kind of looks like Sydney, which not really, but is. And then a lot of Australian stuff. So the barbecue, we love our barbies, but then so does who doesn't in the world. We have an esky with some drinks in it, whatever type of drink you want. We've got our swimming pool, swim between the flags.
That's a good little nugget right there.
A bit of an umbrella. So, so very Australian. So I don't expect to sell many of these, but Australians will see that and sort of get it straight away. Most of the rest of the world will be like, yeah, looks cool, maybe. This actually took a hell of a lot of work because all these individual elements had to be built. So a lot of time to build each and every one of them. So even
you did a fantastic job, especially
you Americans don't like cricket or don't know anything about cricket, but
don't know a fucking thing about cricket.
But all the Commonwealth countries around the world, we all play cricket, so which is a fair chunk of the world when you consider England and Australia, India, who Australia are playing India at the moment. That's a huge match going on as we speak.
How many days are you on that one?
I think up to day 4.
Fucking hell!
But it's been raining a lot.
4 into a sport. How do you have the endurance to watch that?
Dude, how many days does golf go for?
I mean, but there's a round each day. That's it.
So
and then people get fucking kicked out.
Have an innings each day. That's it. Like, we can argue this, and I'll destroy you. Anyway, let's just move.
Well, bring it on, motherfucker.
So this is one that I knocked up just 'cause I was escaping the crowd that was in my house only a few weeks ago.
I like this one. There was how did you get around the chimney stuff on this one?
This is the chimneys. All I did is color them. So these two here, I created a third one just to make so it had the 3.
You masked it. You can't even.
So all I did, it's the same as you cover this with the skin, so you can color it whatever you want. So I did the same with the chimney. So these two are still the chimney. So you still got, and they've got obviously their little hut or whatever.
Oh, you clever little devil.
But that's still their chimney, so it's still there. I just colored them in. So I didn't know whether they would get away with that or not, but I was more worried that they would be upset that I covered up their pipes over here, which you can see sticking out the bottom as well.
Oh yeah, look at that.
But yeah, I was just talking to the missus, and I had my iPhone in my hand, and I went, I wonder if I can turn a building into an iPhone. And a tablet made more sense given the shape. So I went, oh.
And you did it.
The hardest thing to build was the picture, but the rest of the build was pretty easy. So
you say you're not creative, but you come up with some pretty good shit.
So I've decided that anytime I create anything with a time on, it's going to have 5 o'clock somewhere.
I still think you should put 129, but that's just me.
Digital clock, you get away with that. Yeah, but on an analog clock like I did with the fire stations, it's too too subtle, and people just think it's 130, and then not get it. So I'll stick with the one.
That's why you got to put the little minute sashes.
So we got the ninjas and the prison sort of represented here, but most of these, I mean, my very first ever home address was in Hollywood. My most recent current is in Cosme Bello, helping them hopefully get over the line for collection this season. I always wanted to own an airline in Upland, and I was going to call it Oceanic, which is the fictitious airline that's used in several movies and the TV show called Lost. It's not a real airline because not too many airlines would be too impressed about having a plane disaster built story created around them. So
Didn't they come out with a new season of Lost just recently?
I wouldn't have a clue. I lost interest halfway through Lost. It just kept dragging on, and it's just went, I don't have time for this.
Did they ever get found?
I think so. I don't know. I never watched the end really.
They should make a show called Found next.
Obviously, I couldn't have an Apple on the back, so I was like, "Hey, AI, can you make me a logo kind of like Apple but not Apple, and make it property related?" So it made me this strawberry, and it's even got like a house sort of built in. And I went, "That's fantastic. I like that." So I might try and keep that now for my actual brand. Strawberry with a little house on it, given that it's from Upland. So I might start putting that on stuff a bit more as my branding.
I like that.
So yeah, instead of having an Apple or an Android or whatever on the back. So it was just something I knocked up. It was a bit of fun. I sell these for 5,000 upix too. Like I'm not trying to make stupid amounts or anything like that, but I think I only did 1,000 mint of these, so not a huge.
What season is this one for?
This is Genesis. I don't have much for myself for Genesis. I know there's a crap load out there for Genesis, but I don't have much for myself. So I was like, I'll just chuck it in Genesis because I don't have anything else for it at the moment. So, but yeah, again, these sort of builds, I don't think they're more the candy cane are more your volume builds. Like they were created for people that wanted to compete in the ornament challenges.
Yeah.
So I could classify them more as a volume sort of structural ornament, where this was hopefully more of a unique sort of. I don't expect people to buy one or two of these, not 20 or 30 of them.
Yeah, how many of these are you making?
1,000. So where the candy canes are 2,500, but they're still they're the same price. They're still 5,000.
Why is it tablet version 2.0?
Because this house is Small Town House version 2.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
And it just seems a bit more techie to put 2.0 rather than V2.
You know, it'd be cool is if you made you make something like this like every year, and you do like 2.0, 3.0, like you just keep improving upon it, like they do with the. I mean, I can't subscribe to iPhone or anything like that.
Learning new techniques. Actually, you know what? Let's go share. I'm learning new techniques and how to design stuff all the time and improving on the Crow stuff. So this is going to be one of my entries into the Queensridge.
I thought you weren't going to share this, Swarley.
I know. I was like, fuck it. I mean, if someone
fuck it, that's the spirit. Get a few beers in you, and we're into the fuck it mode. I love it. Cheers to that. Cheers to that, good friend.
You might recognize the umbrella. But I like the fact that I didn't change the color because it gives a little bit of pop of color where it doesn't have a lot to begin with. Yeah. But this has got a nice little Easter egg
windows in that building.
Yeah, because that's what it's meant to be. Like I'm calling it the Majestic Cloud Rise Apartments. The
Majestic what?
Cloud Rise.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So that's got a bit of because the building I'm moving into has got a section called Cloud Rise. The bit we're moving into that's called Sky Rise, which is the Have Nights. But the Have, so the really nice part of the building up top is called Cloud Rise. So that's why.
Do you watch Big Brother?
No.
Oh, because that's very much a Big Brother kind of terminology. Have and have not.
Okay. No. So, yeah, so this is built, modeled, I won't go into it too much, but it was modeled on some structures that are already existing in Queensridge. I've taken some inspiration from some of those and went and built this. A hell of a lot of work in it. So I learned a lot doing it. It was a lot of fun doing it. This is kind kind of where I want to be in the future with blueprints, is creating buildings for blueprints and working from there. So the
Can you
swimming
put a bottom
pool.
on that thing?
So the swimming pool's the same shape as the building. As you can kind of see, the building has got that.
Oh yeah.
You call it. So this is the exact same shape as the building. In fact, I actually just took the floor and reduced it by 1/4 scale, and turned it into a pool.
That's a good move.
So it's a quarter, and then obviously just turned it right angles from the actual building. But then you've got 48 individual units, so on the floor, and then you've got sort of this separated concrete slab between the units and the ground floor, which is, I guess I'm calling it the gym and the pool, the common gym and the common pool area and stuff like that for all the have-nots in the other units, not the
For all the
obviously
losers.
the people that live in the top unit have got 2 stories to themselves with their own private pool and deck area and stuff like that. But all the other losers have to share the gym and pool and cafe or whatever it is in the bottom with their revolving door entry thingy. But this is this slab? Can you see anything special about it from this angle?
This slab. Can I see anything special? It looks marbleized.
All right. What about now?
It's the moon.
I've used the moon. Yeah, the moon.
Moon
Texture.
rock.
To create the slab. So even when you look at
Oh.
each of these units all have, so it's got a touch of what is it, astronomy or whatever it's called.
Astronomy.
Yeah, so just something unique, different. I don't know whether they'll
It's
like
cool,
it or not.
yeah. Adds
This is
a little flair and texture to it. I like that.
So the other one I'm still building, so I'm not going to show that one today.
Okay.
This one's kind of finished. Well, finished to the point where I can submit it. Not finished to the point where it'll be ready for upland. But you don't do that until like if you win. And I'm not trying to win. I was more, for me, it was more because I'd never done a
You're
structure.
not trying to lose, are you? What the hell are you
No.
saying? You're not trying to win.
I was
You
trying to
don't-
get.
you don't take all the time here and do
D-Tech.
all this work to just lose.
I was chatting with D-Tech, and he said he's going to enter as well. So I know I've got no chance against D-Tech.
You never know. You never know.
But it was a good learning experience just to create it. I had some stuff I hadn't done before, and it's very different from doing a structural ornament. So yeah,
You never
so
know what they're gonna like and what they're not gonna like. D-Tech could build the most detailed thing you could possibly make, and they could just be like, you know what, it's cool, but it's not the building we want. And maybe yours is. You never know.
anyway, so who knows? So I don't know what they're looking for, but again, it was more about the experience. I just wanted to get. This is what I wanted to do ever since I started learning Blender, was to create buildings, and so I've done. Whoops, what are you? So to create this one was pretty cool. So good
Very
learning
cool.
experience. So I enjoyed it. So hopefully in the future, and I do want to. So the band was saying to me I should create the I don't know, I have to change my I'm kind of going to be sharing my address. So how do I change which tab I'm on? I just
Yeah, just unshare and then share once you're ready. Don't take any chances. Just while we're waiting.
All right, so the building I'm moving, I mean, there's 1,000 units in here, so I'm not giving too much away by saying I'm going to move into this building. But this is the building I'm moving to when I do move in the new year. So it's a pretty iconic building in Melbourne, pretty huge building. So this is one he said I should build for this competition, and I do want to do. I really do want to build this building. Maybe not exactly the same because I don't know if that's copyright issues, but one that's inspired by this one at least.
That's a pretty rad building.
So yeah, I'm unfortunately be living down here somewhere, not up here where I want to be, but it is what it is.
You'll get there, buddy. I have faith in you.
And I mean, this building's got 100 stories, so Upland had a limit of 55 meters, I think. So this is, I don't know what the actual height of this is, but it'd be well over 55 meters. So it definitely couldn't replicate the building, that's for sure. But creating something like this. So this is something I'd love to be able to create stuff like this in the future. and then have that available on Upland, whether it be through blueprints or unique structures for a city or something. It'd be like the Lily Tower in San Fran. It'd be awesome to build. So that's where I want to go with it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. All right. What else we got going on here? Swirly man, anything good?
Not well, like I said, I haven't been doing a lot of Upland because I've been busy IRL, and when I haven't been, or I had some spare time, I've been building that. So, in terms of playing Upland, I haven't been doing a lot.
Fair enough. Yeah, I haven't either. I've been just busy with in real life shit and preparing for the holidays and I don't know, doing some Upland stuff, doing my racing stuff. Like you gave me shit about earlier.
I'd give you shit, but you kick my ass, that's for sure.
I'm
I reckon
mildly better.
I reckon I could race you in my TA and still lose to you.
That's not true. I'm not good. I just got lucky. Just got lucky.
Yeah, so
fuck, man, what else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else we haven't talked about or that we need to talk about.
There hasn't been a lot released. I mean, I saw Goldie say he doesn't think there'll be a new city released this year, this close to Christmas. I think there will be some sort of release. I kind of expect that within the next 24 hours of now, that Upland will announce something, whether an expansion like some people have suggested, so JJ expansion or something like that, which would be disappointing if it is, but maybe that's what they'll do. I don't know. Who knows? But I'd be surprised if they didn't do something. And my guess was it was going to be this week, and they usually announce it on the Tuesday of the week. So that's right for your Tuesday, since it's already Tuesday for me. So I'll probably wake up tomorrow morning with some announcement or something.
Well, it's not Tuesday for me. It's Tuesday for you. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So Tuesday your time. It's usually when they announce like a city release or something.
Yeah.
So whether they do that this week, I mean, that's if I was going to have a guess, and I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm usually wrong. My guess is that they will do their announcement tomorrow of something for this week, because I can't see them doing it next week because it's just too close to Christmas. And also, if you did it next week, you don't have the collection reveals, assuming you can do that within 7 days, for anything that sells out till after the first snapshot. So you're not giving people an opportunity there. So it just makes sense that if they're going to do it, they'll do it this week. At least it made sense in my head, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else. So
yeah,
that's kind of what I'm hoping for. If they announce something in the next couple of days, cool. Otherwise, I need to go out and find myself another collection to tick that off before the 30th. So we've still got almost 2 weeks.
Did you already do the what is it? What is Ben's node?
Midtown?
Yeah, you did that one, I'm assuming, already.
Yeah, I already had that. Like I said, I already had that months ago. So I picked up some properties, a few months back in Midtown.
Okay.
So I already had that one ticked off. So yeah, unfortunately that doesn't count. Not for me anyway. So
yeah, well, what can you do?
That would have been my third one, which would be nice. So that's right. There's plenty of collections out there you can buy for fairly cheap. Like I said, if I have to spend $21 USD to fill a collection, then I probably will. I'll do that over buying the season passes, because that makes more sense to me, at least, anyway. But each to their own. If other people have different opinions and ideas and whatnot.
Fair enough.
So, and for me, being a relatively high spark earner, it makes sense for me to spend a bit extra money to try and get the best bang I can for my Sparklet, even though I'm getting ripped off compared to earn Sparklet. It's still, may as well get as much as I can anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess we don't have to rehash that.
Nope. Let's not rehash it. I'll just be dirty about that forever.
We could always bring up some old shit and see how pissed off we can get you. That'd be
You
fun.
can try. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like
You
I
say
spend so
that?
little time in Upland now that I just don't give a fuck. Yeah, just and what time I do spend in Upland, it's moving map assets or structural elements around, and I mean, it's sad that I'm getting good at doing that with errors and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
it is what it is. One day hopefully they do introduce something that makes it a little bit easier, but then it means every man and his dog will probably do it more too, so more competition. So sometimes be careful what you wish for.
That's true. Fuck, let's give some shit away. Let's see. Our viewer count is 3 at the moment. So I think what we may have to do, because we don't have a lot of viewers this evening, is we'll do what we can with the ones that are live, and then right after we turn this off, if you do hashtag Swarley's back and you leave that in the comments, we'll do another giveaway next week for all of those that left a comment. Hashtag Swarley's back.
No,
But
why don't
we'll-
you? I mean, hopefully no one puts in the comments why they're putting that in the comments, but just put the hashtag Swallies back in the comments, and then everyone that does gets a Krampus.
Yeah, I love that idea.
So, I mean, if you got one on the show, well, you've already got one, so you don't need to put hashtag Swally in there. You're already getting one anyway. So, Scory and who's the other one?
I don't know. It doesn't
The other
say.
one is- Oh, that's probably you. Did you type it? Oh no, Angry.
Yeah.
So
Angry.
Scory and Angry will get one anyway, so you don't need to put it in the comments after the show. You just put something else in, throw people off. Put hashtag you suck or something. See
You
what
suck?
happens. Jimmy's in, so Jimmy's got one.
Oh, Jimmy's in.
So Jimmy, if
Oh.
you didn't catch it earlier, everyone that puts the hashtag in today is getting a Krampus from Elslack or me. So, well, you're getting a shop soon, aren't you? So look, hit up, and I've got a whole heap ready to go to give to Elslack in my shop already. Like literally, let's share some more.
Do it. I'm just getting ready to write down who won what. And
Well,
then-
Angry, Jimmy, and Scory at the moment are getting a Krampus. So just hit up Elslack for a Krampus. If you can't pick it up from LA, which is where his shop will be, hopefully in the next day or two,
hopefully.
you can do a swap with him straight away. Otherwise, hit me up and I'll put it in a shop somewhere for you. I'm going to mint 200 of these. I don't see you giving away or selling 200.
Yeah, my property right here on the right will be
That's-
open anytime, any day now.
So this is a neutral zone / time zone
Trio.
industrial bloody estate. Well, it's not even that because you got Maui. He's got a shop in here as well now.
Well, she's
so
like
Maui,
she's
Laban.
time zone trio adjacent.
Yeah, she married into it.
Yeah, she's married into the club.
All right, so we've got these are all yours. These are your mint 44.
Oh wow.
They're all ready to go. I just haven't put them out for because I've just been too busy.
Yeah, I don't blame you. No
But
worries.
I still got some more of these to move over, but these are all yours. So these will be getting transferred across to Elslack soon to start selling. But if you can't pick up from LA, hit me up and I'll put them in another shop somewhere for you on his behalf.
We got Swarley, a couple of things over there. We got Laban, then soon we're gonna have Elslack and my little property over there.
The Maui's already up and going. I think
Maui's already doing her thing.
Laban, oh, that's his factory, so he's got to get the factory.
Yeah.
So that's not a shop. Yeah, cool. So plenty of going, and then we've got your little Volga Destroyer dudes, which are not for sale. I don't know how you're going to get your hands on one of these if people out there want one. That's mostly up to.
We don't even know how we're gonna if or when we're gonna distribute those.
Put it this way, there's 3 of us in, I don't know if you want to call it a committee or a group or whatever, but all 3 of us have to agree to give these out. At the moment, I think there's only one person that's sort of been mentioned that will probably get one. I won't mention him at the minute, but I think that's almost a unanimous decision. So it has to be unanimous from all 3 of us.
Yeah.
But there's only 100 of these. These aren't for sale. We don't.
We
want
still need to make a Swarley of sorts.
Yeah, I'll work on that next year. So we've got
Maybe it's Swarley the Jester.
So we've seen Laban's version, so the labourer. I don't know why he could. He's better than a labourer, surely. We haven't even touched on the jail. The ninjas didn't touch on the jail.
I know. I saw your X post in it. I check in it all the time. I love the story that's progressing.
Well, it's not a story. It's just a different thing each week. So it's not really
I mean,
story
it feels like
line.
a story. It feels like it's like something new is happening all the time. Like it's a lived, not like lived, but like it's alive.
Go on up. There's not that much there. You can.
Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short.
The band's labourers, so built on the image of himself, but without. Damn, it doesn't have. We should have put mohawks in there. God damn it.
Should have put what?
Mohawks.
I know we fucked up. But what?
Yeah, so I don't know what we're gonna do for my one. But yeah, this week we've got the ninjas playing soccer against the heroes, and the heroes are getting ready to score, but there's a couple of ninjas in the way, so I don't know if they're going to score. Being refereed by this dude, with this dude being the hero's goalkeeper.
I love that.
So, and we got a few of the just finishing off the creature that killed a bunch of the ninjas, or former ninjas, because they're not ninjas anymore. So they get rid of him.
Back there, the dead ones.
Yep. So we've got some happenings over here with a basketball game with the ninjas about to score, playing up against some of the pawns or the heroes, being refereed by another Next World statue.
We all know that ninjas can't score. I mean, please.
Well, they've got the ball and they're on the attack, so I mean,
that doesn't mean shit.
Airball.
Airball. Brick.
So yeah, I've not worked out what I'm going to do next week yet, but when I say next week, it's really only a day or two away.
Yeah.
So, what's that? 7, 8, 18. Yeah, actually, I think I think I do know what I'm going to do for next week. Actually, I've acquired some map assets for that particular thingy. So, the police station. So, and my missus fences, and I created a single fence too the other day for her. So I haven't like a single gate. I don't know what you call it, but just
did she take your last name? Is that a thing?
Yeah, she has.
Oh,
so
lovely.
got the main gate. So then I also created like a pedestrian gate as well for her. So I managed to acquire one of them off her. I haven't put it in somewhere yet, but yeah, the reason why we can make this look so cool and fill up the whole space is because of the single pickets. This is what no one else has done, as far as I know. They haven't created like the single pickets here. So when you look at it closely, behind, right in front of the gate, these are all single pickets in here. So you can see this fence stops there, that fence stops here, and the rest of that gap was filled in by single pickets. At a glance, you don't notice. Close up, yeah, it looks a bit shit. But from a distance like this, and there's actually got single pickets all the way around, so there's some in here to fill in the gap. So at a glance, you can't notice it. It blends in quite well. Looks pretty cool. Need to make a Swally jail guard. Well, yeah, but I've actually pretty certain I've done my last shift in the jail. I was talking with Mrs. the other day about it.
Are you retired?
Not so much retired, but not. Yeah, I think it's more focused about the move now and moving down to Melbourne. What I'm going to do down there, I don't know. Well, I might find a part-time job or something at some point, but
is there a jail down there you can go work at?
I'm not going to even investigate that.
I wouldn't either. Fuck jail, man.
I live a block away from a casino, so
oh, dude, be a dealer.
Yep, that's something I've never done. It's not good money, but it'd be fun. So I could be a blackjack dealer or a poker dealer. I love poker, so I don't play it anywhere near as much as I'd like to, but I love poker. So I could be a poker dealer. So that's something that's crossed my mind.
Have you played any of those tournaments lately?
I do, but I just get bored. Like within half an hour, I'm like, fuck it, all in Jack 10 with the pair of 10s, and I get beat by a pair of kings or something. I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just like, I don't care. I go for an hour and a half, 2 hours now, and it's like, and it's always stupid hours in the morning for me. So I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, it always keeps happening when I am able to play in it. it's always at like a really bad time, and so I'm usually in the middle of doing something else, and then
Yeah,
I can't give it the attention that I need. And so I'm like, well, fuck it. Similar to you, I'm like, I got a good hand here. Let's pre-flop all in. If I win, I'll keep going. If I don't, it means I need to be done anyway.
I start out with all good intentions of playing properly, and then the other day, like I raised with a Jack 10 suited and I hit a 10, but there's also a queen or a king on the board, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm beat. And the guy bet 500, and I've called, and I was like, no, the next card out wasn't anything that helped either of us. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm beat. He's gone all in. I'm like, fuck it. I've gone all in, hoping that maybe he's bluffing. He wasn't. And I'm like, I couldn't give a fuck. I just don't have the patience.
I don't blame you.
Laban's woken up. Good morning, Mr. Laban.
Mr. Laban, LaBandit.
So
Oh,
welcome to Tuesday.
I can't do that.
Swaley's junk. What? Hey, level up. Get a free
Hashtag Farley's
trumpet.
back. Do it now.
Well, Laban gets one anyway, so you don't count.
He fucking
Yeah, so-
counts. He matters, kinda.
In the off chance that someone that's not watching live does listen to this back, if you do hashtag Swaley's back in the comments, you will get a free Krampus structural ornament. But everyone that's here live gets one anyway, so you do not need to put it in the comments. So chuck something else in there just to throw people off, or just because you can.
Yeah,
Get the comments
Swirly's a
up.
cunt. You know, Swirly
Yeah.
sucks.
Swirly's-
Hashtag dumb bitch.
Swaley's gone.
All those words.
Swaley's gone.
Swirly's gone. He's never coming back. I just called him a cunt.
It's gone. Well, I'm going to Melbourne. So. And for
What does
those
that
that,
mean?
it's a 10-hour drive from where I am now, Melbourne. The
Does
city.
that make you a cunt?
No.
Oh.
In Australia, we often call it Mexican, or the south of the border. So, because I live in New South Wales, so it borders us. So, bit of Americanism into it, but yeah, it doesn't make me anything. It's just different state, so it's not any different to you moving different state, I guess. So,
Okay. Swirly works in a casino now.
he does not. It's something I might apply for, but he does certainly not. I haven't even applied for a job, let alone been given one. And if they're going to trust me with a deck of cards and a crap load of money, well, they have to fall on them.
Yeah, fuck. Maybe they'll just slide you some tips and some what the fuck? And yeah, slide you some chips as a tip.
I don't even think you're allowed to, and it's like 4 billion cameras on every angle anyway. So
What? You can't.
casino. I don't know what
The casinos here. You just you tip your dealer all the time. You just give him chips.
you talked about this on the other show. Tipping isn't a culture in Australia. Like it's not. It does happen, but it's not. It's rare that
I need to move out of the fucking United States. I hate tipping. It drives me insane. I just don't want somebody to spit in my food, so that's the only reason I tip these days. So I don't even fucking shit on.
It's something you can do. It's something that does get done from time to time. And some cafes and restaurants or whatever might have a tip jar on the counter, or the pubs might have that even. But generally speaking, it's not a done thing in this country. Doesn't mean you can't. It is a thing. It's just not the norm.
Yeah.
Where in your country, if you don't tip, it's kind of more abnormal to not tip.
Yeah, it's a faux pas if you don't tip here, man. They get all bent out of shape.
Yeah, so level up saying you can't tip in Queensland, and I feel like that you can't tip anywhere in the
What
country.
is that word? The
QLD, or croupiers.
no, the crew.
Croupiers are the dealers. Croupiers, they're the dealers.
Croupiers?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this word in my life.
Okay. Well, I don't know whether that's an Australian thing or not, but I don't think it is. But that's
Well, I'm also
basically
a dumb American, so it's hard to say.
there's basically dealers. So and
Okay.
and QLD is Queensland, so that's just the state. So that's the state north of where I am.
Roulette.
But with chits flying around all over the place, I'd be surprised if they allowed it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I'd almost do that just for fun, like to become a poker dealer and just sit there and watch people and just try and pick and call their hands in my own head, even if I don't do it out loud, to see who's going to win. Because I reckon I'll get it right more than I'll get it wrong, just by the way people bet and just picking up on there. Apparently a lot of poker players do end up. Poker dealers end up making decent plays because they learn to read people and pick up on betting trends and stuff like that, which you can do live. You can't do that online.
No, it's really, really difficult to read people online. You just have to pay attention to their tendencies, and that's it.
Well, yeah, betting sizes, something like that. But then that's where you try and not be consistent with your betting, so that way people don't pick up on yours.
Right. Yeah.
So I do that. I'll often raise with like an ace king, but I'll also raise with like a 6-7 just to throw people out. So if I do get sprung, they'll be, oh fuck, he raises with anything.
Yeah. Right, and you have to bluff sometimes because you gotta let them know that you're, maybe you're a little bit loose, so it makes them second guess whether or not they're gonna bet against you or not. Fuck, I don't. It's more of a. I would say it's more of a mind game. It's probably less of a mind game than if you were in person. But
bucket list for me to go to Vegas one day and play in the main event. Whether I'll do that or not, who knows? Probably not, but who knows? That is a bucket list item. And if I did get there, my plan and my goal would be to survive day one. So I reckon I'd be super tight day one, and unless I had a really good hand, I'd probably, even with like aces, I'd probably just limp in and then probably fold if anything looked dangerous on the board.
Yeah, no shit.
Unless I hit an ace and then I'm looking strong, or a full house or something like that, and then I'm looking strong, then I might bet strong. But it'll all be about surviving day one, so I can go, I survived the day at the main event, and then day two to be like, oh, look at that, suited connectors, all in.
All in, yeah. It's so intimidating. I played in Vegas twice, and just at a random like poker table at a casino, and it's just so intimidating. It's just a different vibe, man.
You can't play cash games because people have always, it's like playing upland. It's pay to win. Poker's the same. If you're playing a cash game, they've always got more. It doesn't matter how much you bring to the table, they've always got more than you. So cash games I've never been a fan of because it's not a level playing field. Tournament poker is a level playing field, so you'll pay the same to get in. Doesn't matter how much money they got. So it might be the case that 10 grand to enter the main event for you is a crap load of money and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you don't want to lose. Where 10 grand to someone else, couldn't give a fuck. They spend that for breakfast.
Right.
Like you still have that in a way with the tournament poker, but at the end of the day, you're sitting at a table. You got the same amount of chips. You're in the same table together. You got the same chances of winning, and you're not going to get beat purely because they've got more money than you. Now down the track, when they chip up and you chip down, that might not be the case, but that's a different story.
Right.
I've always been more of a tournament poker player rather than a. All right, Maui, hashtag Swally's back, and you can get a Krampus ornament.
I was playing a cash game in Vegas a couple times, and I was doing good, but then I ran into this dude that just did not give a fuck what he lost because he just kept buying back in, and he
exactly
called everything, and then he called some bullshit he shouldn't have called.
And you can't play against people like that.
Runner and fucking beat me on the fucking river.
Yeah.
I was like, you weren't even in this fucking hand when I put in this monster bet, and then he just kept fucking going.
Yeah, unfortunately that is the world of cash games. That's generally why I don't get involved in cash games. I much prefer tournaments for that reason. You're all
me too. Yeah. That fucking broke me. That broke me that day because I was up. I don't know. I wasn't up a lot, but I was up like $300, and I was feeling really good. And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'm up $300." I bet big. I basically went all in on the flop because I had a full house. No, I had an ace high flush, and I lost to a full house. But I had ace high flush on the flop, and I was like, "I'm gonna buy this pot. I want the fuck out of this. I just want to buy it and then move on."
So anyone that's wondering what we're talking about, it's a poker thing that I got involved in back in the last bull run, I think it was, called what are they called?
It's right there. You were on it.
Yeah, Decentral Degens or something like that. So basically, it's a whole new poker startup. There's a bloke called John who's been creating this platform for I think 2 or 3 years now. You buy an NFT, which gives you access to play in a weekly tournament where you can have, I think it's 75 dollars.
What is it? 75, 50,
It's 50,
25?
50, 30, and 20 now. It looks of it.
Oh,
I know 75, 30. Yeah. So in ETH, so 70. This is US dollars, obviously. So each week, so for once you own the NFT, free entry for life. So it's once a week. Unfortunately, it's very American. So for me, it does not suit me whatsoever. Having said
well,
that,
and I always work on Sundays, so it doesn't suit me because most of the time they play on Sundays.
so I've well and truly got my money back with what I have won playing it. But the whole thing's built on, and I'm not sure if they've got. I haven't been in here enough. Verify orders.
Good morning, Boydern. Hashtag Swarley's back to get into the drawing at the end of the show, which is coming very near. Hashtag Swarley's back. What are you looking for, dude?
I'm seeing if there's announcements that show because they're building a whole new platform for this, but they have cash games all the time now, so you can use the poker winnings and go in the cash game, and as it said back in there, you get an extra 10% to your winnings if you.
Oh, really? I haven't even checked.
If you elect to so if you win the $75, you get an extra 10% if you elect to have it put into your cash game table. I did go in there once, and this is where I talk about the cash game. So I went in there, I took $50 in, which is $50 US, so a fair bit, a lot of money for some people. I was happy to lose it, but anyway, so I went in there, and there's $1 and $2 blinds. So I sort of folded. Finally found a hand. I think I had an ace queen suit or something like that. So I raised. So there was like a raise to me.
You're not going to last long with $50 at $1-$2 blinds.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I waited. So I was down about $38, something like that. And this particular hand, so there was a raise to me from at the start of the betting. I had re-raised a significant amount, not all in, but a decent amount. So enough to show that I was, and hadn't played a hand pretty much up until this point. Somebody else re-raised me all in. The original raiser folded, so I called. He had ace 2 off. I had ace queen suited. And I lost on the river to a 2.
Fucking hell.
And that's right there. I'm like, this is what cash games are about. I'm like, fuck this. And I haven't played other hands since. And I hate cash games.
Especially if you're playing heads up, anything can happen.
Yeah, in a dominating hand like that, though, it just pisses. And seriously, like I don't know whether they were like, here's a free, $40 for you or something like that. But yeah, it just and I just went, yeah, I'm not interested. Cash games, go fuck yourself. Yeah. But it's a good play. I don't know where they're heading. They've been building this for quite some time, so hopefully this bull run it really takes off.
Are they creating a new poker app altogether? Not going to use the poker app?
Exactly right. Well, that's what I was trying to find links to the.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, so this is their actual app, I think. I'm not sure. Is that what they're trying to build? So entry 24-hour tables. So they're trying to create the whole new app, but it'll be cash because obviously cash games in the States got banned a couple of years back now, or quite a few years back now. So they've gone through all the right channels and stuff like that, and they apparently got it all legitimized in US, which is why it's all US based. But
well, so you can play for crypto all day long because they don't recognize that.
Well, I think that's why everything's in ETH. So that very well might change very soon.
Because I used to do that with Bitcoin. It fucking drives me insane. I used to play poker with Bitcoin, and I did very well in that. That's how I got most of my one Bitcoin. Was just playing poker. Knowing what I know now, I mean, that was a very expensive game at the time. Not at the time, but now it would have been a very fucking expensive game.
You can't
I know it's fun to think about is what I'm trying to get at.
But you mentioned this on the Ninja stream the other day, like that first person that bought the pizzas, like the 34,000 Bitcoin they used to buy a pizza. Yeah. First of all, it wasn't 34,000, dollars worth of Bitcoin in today's value, obviously, because that would be a fuck ton of money. And if he wanted to replace it 34,000, which was only worth like $20-$30, whatever it was back then he would have just gone and replaced it. It's not like he, missed out on, billions of dollars now because he's bought a pizza back then. But the point, now I've sort of half lost my train of thought. The point I was trying to make is that wasn't, some bloke going, I'm going to make, buy, like everyone talks about, oh, if you kept that coin, those bitcoins, it'd be worth this much. Like, and every year, especially when whatever that pizza day comes up, I think it's in February. The thing is, that was all orchestrated by someone, I forget who the people are, purely because it was the first ever transaction of Bitcoin for goods outside of the Bitcoin network. Right. So for the first sale. So it wasn't anything about, some bloke spending 34,000 coins. It was about he bought something tangible in the real world with this Bitcoin, which up until that moment had never been done before. Obviously, it gets done all the time now, but that was the very first one. And at the time, 34,000 Bitcoin is what you needed for a pizza. Now you need 34 zeros in front of that number for a pizza.
Right.
So I get, the date's significant because it was the first ever transaction of Bitcoin. So it's not, as significant as say like man landing on the moon or end of World War I or anything like that. But it is significant in the fact that I think crypto is the future of finance, and that will be remembered as the first day a transaction was ever done with crypto. And it'll be remembered for that point, not so much for the 34,000 coins that it cost or today's value. One day Bitcoin will hit $1 million and people go, well, if you kept those coins, it'll be worth it. Well, that's bullshit.
I was talking to my wife about it the other day, about when we were talking about Sparklet and kind of my hopes for Sparklet. And we were talking about Bitcoin and what I was buying things like on a eBay for Bitcoin site, basically, and playing poker and doing all this other crazy shit.
I wish I was.
Yeah, that's how I got most of my Bitcoin. I didn't have much. I was mining it, and then I would take whatever I got out of my mining, which was very little, because I was using these. They're like little USB drives, like thumbsticks, and I was mining with those things, ASIC miners or something like that. And then I was just taking that and then rolling that over into, it was called Seals with Clubs, which was the poker site that I was playing with Bitcoin. I accumulated quite a bit.
But
I was buying all kinds of shit. I bought curtains and blankets and fucking
and that's
all kinds of weird shit.
So, and it's interesting that they can actually somehow label each Bitcoin or each sat so that there are specific ones, and there's even I think there's NFTs or something built into them now. I forget what they call them, which the Bitcoiners were upset about when they first invented it or started doing it, but because it put more data on the network, more strain on the network. But so those ones that were initially used are all tagged. So whether they're a collector's item, I don't know, but or more valuable, who knows. I first learned about Bitcoin, I think 2010 it was, so it's only been out for about a year or so. And I was a cop at the time, and a mate was talking to me about mining Bitcoin, and the way he described it to me was like, it just sounded dodgy as fuck. And I went, I'm in law enforcement, I can't, do something, ordinals, that's it. And I'm like, I can't, something about the way he described it was like taking Bitcoin from other people. Like you just set up an account and it just takes it from other people. I'm like, which kind of is true. It does, because you're processing transactions and you're getting paid for it. So in a way, it's true. So it wasn't that he was wrong, but I didn't look into it any further. And I was always into gaming and stuff like that. So I always had gaming PCs. I could have been mining. It could have been me buying a pizza with 34,000 Bitcoin. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, wasn't, didn't. My fault. Yeah. My bad. So here I am, still having to work for a living. So, so if I could go back in time and change one thing, that's probably what I'd change.
I would have bought a fuck ton more Bitcoin and just kept mining the shit and not bought shoes and curtains. And
I saw a post the other day, someone that bought 30,000 Bitcoin. I can't remember what the number was. It was 3,000 or 30,000 Bitcoin at $35 each. Now, you think about buying a Bitcoin at $35, you're like, fuck yeah, it's $100,000 now. Why wouldn't you buy it for 30? But back then, buying that many Bitcoin for $35
it was super risky.
And I think the way the post was, they hadn't touched it all. They still had most of that or all of it or something like that. So that was like 7 or 11. I can't remember how many years ago it was now. It might have been 11 years ago or something. I forget what it was. But yeah, $35 each and buying even if it's 3,000. There's still a lot of money to be investing in something that was pretty unproven at that stage.
Right.
I think it's gone past it unproven. Now we've got countries talking about stockpiling it, so I think we're well and truly past the getting it proved stage. It's just a matter of everybody getting caught up with all the logistics and legal fucking red tape and shit that goes involved with it. So, which is happening.
Yeah.
So, if nothing else, hopefully Trump gets that sorted. I mean, I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't know much, but if he gets that sorted, it'll be something, and that may very well help America's debt crisis. So, who knows?
Who knows? Well, I won't get into it, but who knows?
I'm far from an expert in that anyway, so let's not get into it. We're at 2 hours, aren't we? Oh, we're well over 2 hours.
Let's give some shit away.
All right, so everyone's getting so just hit L Slack. Hang on. So what are we going to do? You'll get your shop the next day or two, won't you?
Probably. I'm just waiting for them to fucking put it on the game. Yeah.
All right, so hit L Slack up. He can refer you to me if you can't pick up from him in LA. You're probably going to get more response from him than me because I'm just a bit busy, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, everyone that's on here now, L Slack will have the list of who's eligible. If you've done the hashtag, you'll get one. Everybody that's not live can do it in the chat for next week. If you are live, you don't need to put it in. I prefer you not to put it in, so other people have to actually listen and work out what the hell's going on to do it. But if they do, there's a reward for them. The spin wheel will be, well, you'll give away, save your tea bags. We've been giving a lot of them away. So,
I got some Santa coins and some bunny coins I'm going to give away. And I'm going to give away...
The bunny, is that the one from Scory?
Yeah, I'm going to give away a pearl box.
Another Swally creation.
So I got a Santa coin, some bunny coins, and a pearl box, plus all the Krampus ones that everybody's going to get.
Swally will win nothing as per fucking usual.
Swirly, you've already won my love and my admiration.
Yeah, so I'll give away a structural ornament, winner's choice.
Winner's choice.
I did that last time. I think I'll just do that from now on rather than trying to do a stupid spin wheel for them all. They're starting to get too many anyway. So winner's choice. So just tell me which one and where. If you win, you win out of love. I'm assuming he means our love for you.
Oh, yeah, he changed it. Hey,
Yep.
man, do you still have your mohawk or what? Did you shave that all the way off?
Shaved it off. He said that on the stream.
Maybe a Santa beer at Laban. Dude, just fucking bring us some brew. Call it a day. Everybody wins.
I better get my next one out of the freezer, actually. Yeah, so, all right. So, from me, structural ornament, winner's choice, city of choice. And then you've got
Love is the best prize. Love is all you need.
What's the smart man? And was it Independence Day? Smart man. Sad story.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready to give some shit away? Ready to spin this fucking thing?
Santa beer ready. Ooh.
I want some Santa beer so bad.
How long does it take?
Come to the States with your beer.
How long does it take to send from Norway to Melbourne?
He says he can't. He says he can't send it.
Oh, because
or something causes problems.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess
Bring back the mohawk. Yes. Maui, next time, do not shave the mohawk off. Leave the mohawk. He must represent the mohawk.
He works from home. What's the problem?
Yeah, fuck. Nobody ever sees his face. Okay, let's do this. Can I move this over here? Okay. Let's do this. We got 7 entries. I'll give us about 30 seconds to do the final hashtag Swarley's back before I spin the dilly. Trendsetter.
The Mohawk's back. Bring back the Mohawk in fashion.
Yeah.
Not the 80s anymore, but it's time for the 80s to come back.
I used to have a mohawk.
I've never had one. I've never been cool enough to even contemplate having one.
Actually, I did it ironically. It was like a faux hawk. I never went bald, but you can find it on my Facebook if you look on there. You'll see it in there. Um,
The tiny sparklet pump has entered well and truly. Oh,
maybe you should make a crate of beer for a map asset, Swarley. I love that.
I could. I don't know if the upland would approve it though.
Why wouldn't they?
Swally Lager.
We can call it the Time Zone
Well,
Trio.
Swally IPA.
Trio IPA, yeah. I worked with an Indian with a mohawk. Dude, that's awesome. Wait, hold on. When you say Indian, do you mean like Native American or do you mean like Indian?
India. Surely.
Well, you look here at least. You say Indian, it could be either one.
Butch.
I don't understand.
Nah, it lost me.
Yeah, Jimmy, we're very confused. Native American or Indian? Indian. Manitoba Native. Okay.
That'd be American. Wouldn't that be an
I'm
American?
assuming Native American.
Yeah.
Or Native Canadian, because
Oh, yeah.
whatever that is. Okay, let's spin this fucking thing. All right, what's the first thing we're gonna do?
I don't know. Structural ornament, I suppose.
Structure ornament. Swarley structural ornament of your choice. Right meow. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Scory 23 is the Wiener. Is the Wiener of the structural ornament?
Pretty sure Scory's won a couple of times, and he picked that from Chicago. So just whichever one you want, Scory.
Hit up Dr. Swarley 129. He's got the medicine to cure your ailment. All right, next one is going to be Santa coin. I'm going to give away 2 of these Santa coins. So we'll do 2.
So Jimmy said North Dakota. That is America, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, it's north of North Dakota, so that's Canada, which is probably Manitoba.
Got it. All right. So what are you giving away now?
I'm going to give away 2 Santa coins, so I'm going to do this twice, and each one of them will win a Santa coin. Well, it's like a Santa reindeer.
Bingo.
Meow, meow, meowie. Wins a Santa coin. Look at that. Meowie never is on here. Meowie.
Yeah, because she's too busy looking after the Rugrats while LeBan's fucking around.
I know. He's over here dicking his dog on the stream, and he's walking down the streets, and she's probably taking care of the family and sorting out all the house stuff.
The small tribe that they have.
Yeah, no shit. All right. Next. I'm still pushing to try to get her on the screen here eventually.
LeBan said that'll never. Oh, come on. Keeping it in the family, really?
Look at this.
The other Santa coin
goes to LeBan. Keeping it in the family, as Swarley says.
6 cents for. Yeah, she does seem to win a lot. So it's like Shaq. She always seems to win too.
Yeah.
Must be a lady luck thing.
Yeah. We don't get many.
That's why LeBan won. Lady luck.
Yeah. All of her luck just rubbed off on him.
Or his
all right, next one, Bunny coin. I'm going to give away one of these.
Bunny coin as created by me.
Hey, this is the PG-13 show, Maui. Calm yourself. You can't be talking about shower time. Next thing you know, fucking LeBan's like, yeah, I'm taking a shower too.
Actually, I just noticed something, which when you finish doing this, I just want to quickly show. And I like it. I hope other people do something like this.
Boydern wins the bunny coin. All right, we got 3 entries left. 3 entries left. We're gonna give away a Pearl box. These are courtesy of Scory23.
She's won a lot more than that, Jimmy. Player of the year, was it the iPad or something from
Yeah,
Next World? But then again, she enters a lot of things, so
she does. She's very, very active.
she's active in almost every single aspect of Upland. So, I mean, you enter a lot, you're going to win a lot. Makes sense.
Now, we can make Laban blush. I guarantee we can make it happen. All you got to do is just come on the show with me. We'll have a great time, and then we'll say some shit that makes Laban uncomfortable. It'll be awesome. It'll be like a win for everybody.
Exactly
Win for
right.
you, win for me, win for Swarley.
That's my
Maybe
issue.
not a win for Laban, but maybe it will be. Who knows?
I tend not to enter a lot of these things, so I can't complain.
All right, last one. We're gonna do a Pearl box.
Pearl
This
box.
one. Any new entries? Any new entries?
What's a Pearl box?
It's a Scory23 thing. I will show you. What has this turned? This has turned into a fuck Laban stream, and well, really, there's only one person that can do that, and we'll just metaphorically fuck you. I don't know. Well, look, we've been drinking Laban, so it's hard to say what this turned to.
That's right, Laban. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. In fact,
Yeah,
it's
it's only like 11 p.m. here.
It's 6 o'clock here at the moment. It was 5 o'clock while I was drinking.
Well, this sounds awfully kinky. Maui's giving some insider secrets here. Look at that.
He likes being a little bit uncomfortable.
I bet he does. I bet he does. I'd like to make him a little bit uncomfortable, if you know what I mean.
Nope, I don't, and I don't want to.
You do. Right here. Sucker. Oh, Laban. You poor sad sack. He's probably sitting in the corner crying with his thumb up his bum. All right. Anyway, let's spin this thing again. Oh, good old Maui. What a good sport. What a good sport. This is exactly what I was hoping for. All right. Pearl box. Something that Laban's not going to get anytime soon. Let's see. Let's see. Who's going to win the Pearl box? Level Up Tech, which is Ruble Max, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
He's only won 1 million times so far, so I should be able to get this down. And then everybody so far, all of these names here. You know, we got only 2 more entries. Fuck it. I'm gonna spin it 2 more times, and then I'll give another bunny coin away, and I'll give away 1 teabagger. And then that'll get everybody covered. We're so close.
Is Scory still here? Did he reply what he wanted?
Oh, and then this is it. Let me write that one down. Swarley structure.
I don't think Scory. He might have left. I don't see a comment from. All right. Well, you'll have to hit me up later on, Scory. And I'm leaving it up to you to follow up because I will forget because I'm so busy.
All right. So this next one is going to be for a bunny coin from Scory23. Who's it going to go to? Jimmy Jester. Which means
being nice and early for Easter.
The last one will go to Angry Ursia for the teabagger again. Which is good because the more of these you own, the more likely you'll win the 5,000 epics.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I was going to give Angry a choice of that or a choice of structural ornament.
He can choose either. I'm fine with that. Whatever he wants to do. Angry can choose between your SO or my teabagger.
He's already got a bunch of them. I don't know.
He's got a couple teabaggers at this point.
He's got more than me, I'd say.
He probably does. We can fix that for you, buddy.
Nah, I've got so many. I'm already juggling too much shit.
Do you? You never have enough
Yeah.
shit.
I'm doing nothing but moving fences for the last month.
Moving fences, moving real life shit. That's all you do nowadays. You should,
we have-
you should start up your own moving company.
Do we have anyone in chat that has they need of fences for the track? Because I'm ready to start trying to get more people. So if you're active in chat now, I'll get you sorted next. Otherwise, we need to start working on that.
We need to get Maui a property on the track.
Well, Maui can get a tier 2 property and win one.
Yeah, she can. I'll take a Frost Season 1. Can I pick up in Queens?
Which one? I can't remember what's that. The fire station ones.
For the Frost Season?
I think they're fire station ones.
Townhouse or micro house, he says. Poor Swarley working for everyone. He likes it. He acts like he doesn't enjoy it, but he gets off on it.
Yes,
You
I'm
should
working
see
for
him
everyone,
working.
and I
He's
get
over here just
fuck all
jerking
back in
off.
return. What do I get in return? A fucking lot of payout from you and Levine.
Look, man, I'll give you a reach around the first time I see you. It'll be fine. I'll pay my debts. We've already
Scory,
talked about this.
I think you might be out of luck with what you're asking.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Because I just started actually tracking what I create and what season I put it in. So for Frost, I only have the two fire stations, and they're only a regular townhouse or a small townhouse V1. I haven't created anything else for Frost season at this stage, so I need to get my finger out and do something for Frost season. Anyone got some ideas? Let me know. I might give you a small cut of the proceeds.
Ooh. Swarley's looking for some ideas, huh?
Well,
For
not at the minute because I need to move. So the problem is the next season is Frost season, and I'm not going to be set up until pretty much the end of this season. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, me and the Bandit can come up with some good ideas.
Oh yeah, Dalsborough Townhouse. Sorry, yeah. So you can have the yeah. Sorry, sorry, Scory. You can have the townhouse. Oh, in fact, I'll do that now so I don't forget while we're still here. I'm ignoring whatever the band wrote.
No, it's Jimmy Jester says you have a soft touch. Let me see the calluses on your hand. Are they baby soft?
I haven't done a day's hard work in my life. What are you talking about?
Oh man, you do have a soft touch then.
I used to work in warehousing like a forklift driver when I left school, but then I went and joined the cops, and so pretty much worked for the government since.
Yeah, my hands have calloused because I work with sex offenders now, and they're not very violent. They just try to fuck each other all the time, so it's easy.
Where am I going?
Oh gosh! All right, we've taken this show to an ultimate low. I think we've given away some stuff though.
Imagine trying to do a 24-hour stream. That'd be crazy.
I could do it.
Nah, I couldn't.
I've done it. I've done 24-hour streams before. Actually, lots of times. For Extra Life, I've done a bunch of 24-hour streams. Actually, usually they're 25-hour streams, but
I'm not volunteering for that anyway. That's all I'm saying.
It sounds like you are.
That sounds like I'm not.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Unless you want to watch me UGC or something like that, which would be boring as fuck.
Look, man, there would be something for everyone. We can easily do that. Next Extra Life season, let's do 24 hours. We'll raise money for the sick kids, and we'll just go 24 hours strong. It'll be great. We'll invite guests on from UGC. We'll talk about weird shit, give away stuff. It'll be awesome.
I'll answer that next year when we get closer because I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah. During Christmas, I'm not going to.
No, absolutely not.
I have to become OD on Christmas, which means I'm on call as of Christmas Day. So I can't do that, unfortunately, because at any point they could call me. And the prison, they never stop. So there's probably going to be a crisis on Christmas. So I'll have to go in and deal with some silly sex offender doing something stupid.
Why can't the staff there deal with it?
You know, that is a great question. And I ask myself that often. Why can't you deal with this? Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know, man.
Alrighty.
That's a loaded question.
I think we've done enough. So, Scory, your map asset is listed now, so give it a minute and it should show up for you. No map. What did I say? Map asset. Structural ornament.
Structural ornament.
Everybody else for a Krampus hit. El Slackup, he's got the list.
Yep.
He'll
Angry Ursia, Maui, Laban, Boydern, Jimmy Jester, Ruble Max, and Scory23. Hit me up. If you do not hit me up, I will not hunt you down. So it's on you to find me. I'm not finding you because I don't got that kind of time.
Yeah, so hit him up. If he needs help from me to distribute, then so be it. But
we'll get it sorted out. If you want, you can send me a burner for one of them. It doesn't matter which one. And then if you need them put in a showroom, then I'll work it out with Swarley, and I'll have him reserve you one. But just go through me so you don't bother him. I'll bother Swarley.
So you're doing a show next week, which will be 24 Christmas Eve for me.
What day is that? Yeah, that the 23rd.
Good for you, 24th for me. I should be fine if you're doing one next week.
Oh, the 23rd might be difficult because I have to work late that night. We'll see. I'm gonna play it by ear. I'm gonna try. My goal is to do it.
Good night, everyone.
What about you? Are you busy on Christmas Eve for you?
Not now that we haven't gone away. I was thinking about working instead, but I think I pulled the pin on that as well. So, no, I should be right. It's for me the real busy period is going to be early January. Well, but that's when we actually do the physical move. So between basically the new year and maybe the second week of January, I'm pretty much going to be uncontactable. Probably the best part of 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I doubt very much I'll be available for after next week's show. I might be able to the one. There should be another one before the end of the year. Yeah, 24th, 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be right for the 31st, but after that, yeah.
Well, we could always push it to like a Sunday on the 22nd if that works for you.
Work it out.
Yeah, we'll work something out. Maybe we'll do accumulate some shit and give a bunch of shit away. Make it a Christmas special.
All right, so let's see if my prediction's right. Some sort of announcement in the next 24 hours for some sort of city release / expansion. I'm kind of on the expansion bandwagon. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't want it to happen.
I think so too.
A Tokyo expansion, which won't get my juices flowing. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I won't get excited if it's just an expansion. If it's a brand new city in anywhere in the world, I might get a little bit hard for that. But other than that, if it's just an expansion, I'll probably stay pretty limp on that one.
All right, let's get going.
Yep, let's get going.
Adios, amigo.
Finish up my tea and then go to bed. Expanding Cleveland. Jimmy, don't even say shit like that. All right, we got to get out of here. Jimmy's fucked this up.
I was about to say, what, is Cleveland in the game? Oh, that's right, it is too.
Jimmy's fucked this up. We're going to leave it up. We're going to leave it on this note. Thanks, Jimmy, for just ruining my night.
I just locked down Cleveland, so now we're going to expand it.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Swarley, thanks for jumping on. And we will check you guys later.
Maybe Happy will be back next week.
Maybe not. All right, peace out, everybody.
All right.